go.
Go, Kyle Bossman.
Yeah.
Go, Kyle Bossman. Hey, everybody.
Hello.
Welcome to the Tuesday night group stream.
Half man, half queso.
I have
What? Great name.
I have Noah's wonderful tarot cards here. A stack of the 9 specifically.
The Council of 9.
And I am shuffling these to pick one to kick off our second Hall of the Greats induction ceremony.
Hall
Take
of
it away.
Greats. Hall of Greats.
Hall of Greats.
Hall of Greats. Let me tell you, everybody.
Oh, not the?
Hog. It's the Hall of Greats induction.
Yeah.
This is called Hall of the Greats right now. So
Change it up.
Kyle Boss.
Look at the big graphic on the bottom of the screen. Everybody see it?
Kyle Boss.
Leo time.
It's Hog. It's the Hog.
It's on. Where
We
Hog?
got a lot of resubs.
And we got a new sub in there too, I think. I
my
missed
goodness.
it.
Leo time.
Don,
Thank
can
you
we
for
scroll
subbing.
up?
Leo time.
You're a
Yeah.
subscriber now.
Gotcha. Okay.
Gotcha.
So, what is the Hall of Greats? It is... So here's the thing. We as Easy Allies, we're a group of people who just talks about video games constantly. It's important to us that there is a definitive list of our collective greatest video games of all time. Otherwise, what are we doing here?
What's the point of anything?
What's the
You know
point of
what I
any
mean?
discussion? So we have now an established Hall of Greats, the greatest games that Easy Allies believes are the best games that have ever existed. We have 2 games in there right now.
In all seriousness,
Yeah.
because I know we do things, we set up ceremonies and trials and such.
Yeah.
You know that it can be argued are actually like binding on
Yeah.
paper. This is extremely binding. This is
Yes.
the official Easy Allies Hall of Greats.
Because our first 2 entrants are not jokes, they're very serious. They are 2 greats. Metal Gear Solid for
Ooh.
the PlayStation
Oh.
1
What a game!
and Super Metroid for the Super Nintendo. Those are our 2.
Tier games right there.
Those are our 2 greats. Those are our 2 greats so far. And so tonight we're going to determine 2 more greats that we will allow into the Hall of Greats. So what we're doing is, and apologies about the audio, it's going to be falling out of sync all night. Just keep telling us.
Is it out already?
It's out already. Yep. So we have 5 minutes
Tried to fix it.
to discuss the game that we want to nominate, the game that we personally want to induct. Each of the 9 of us have brought a separate game tonight to make a case for. We have 5 minutes. Our patrons have decided a new rule.
Uh-oh.
Video is permitted, and visual aids are permitted.
Yo, I just want to bring up something that we didn't know. I didn't know about this part until like last night.
Huber didn't.
So
It was before last night.
like
It's like the day before.
Really? Yeah.
Yes.
It was like 2 days
It
ago.
was 2 nights ago.
Okay.
Yes.
So
Time.
that's one full day, and I had obligations yesterday. So
It was more than 24 hours.
it was
Barely.
2 nights ago. Yesterday I was busy. Today we were doing D&D.
Okay.
When was I supposed to create some Venn diagram
When?
tile?
I hear you. I hear you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Please look forward to the new episode of Tabletop Estimates.
Looking forward to that.
Listen, audience, those 2 things are permitted. They're not necessarily required. If you think it will help you build your case,
Kyle's
you
gonna have
may
some
use visual
crazy-
aids. You may use a video.
This is stacked.
Kyle,
do you have a video
Yeah.
call?
No.
Kyle for sure has.
No visual aids.
No, I have 0 visual aids. I have 0.
Does anyone have
Alright.
visual aids?
Yeah.
I
Oh!
Amen.
We got some. We got
All right.
some.
All right.
I can fire
Then
some up.
excuse me, Kyle,
Yeah.
for
No. My visual aids did not take much to prepare. So
I'll be doing an
Oh,
interpretive
okay.
dance.
Mine didn't either. I don't need them.
Okay, so it's
My game speaks for itself.
Already contentious.
it's all settled. If you are curious how we will vote at the end, we each do a top 3. We assign 3 points to our favorite game. Second point, not favorite, to the game most deserving of being in the hall. 2 points to the second most deserving, and 1 to the least most deserving of our top 3. Those points are tallied by Ian, because the rest of us close our eyes.
Oh, sweet.
Do you not remember that?
I do remember that.
We all close our eyes and we all
Sure.
hold up a 1, 2, or a 3
Yeah.
for each game.
My phone's dead.
Oh, we got a calculator.
Yeah.
Okay, and so that will be it. Then 2 games at the end of today will be inducted. If there is a tie,
Ooh.
the tie will be broken
There's
by
gonna be a
our
tie.
patrons on patreon.com/easyallies.
Almost clapped.
A
I think
three-way
that's
tie, because we are picking 2.
Yes.
Yeah.
2 must be entered. Okay.
2 will enter.
9 enter, 2 will leave.
Yeah.
2 will enter.
9 enter, 2 will leave. Oh, and I'm so sorry.
I want 2 in the
9 will
end.
leave.
There is one more. There's one more rule. I have one more rule in addition to all of these rules.
Alright.
If a game receives 0 points from anyone other than the person who nominated it,
Uh-oh.
it is banned for a year.
Wow.
It
Does that
means
start now or
starting
last time?
now.
Okay.
Starting
So
now.
Resident Evil's safe.
Yeah.
Okay.
It is banned for 12 months.
Dark Souls is safe game.
Okay.
Yep. Just starting now.
Okay.
Henceforth.
Banned.
Jeez.
I love rules.
High stakes.
Yeah.
Kyle.
What a
Shaming these great
Yeah.
games.
Go ahead.
It's not shaming the games. It's shaming the presenter. You got to make a case. You got to
Yeah.
make
I'll
people
make
want
a
to vote
case.
for
I'll
you.
Make a case.
What's up?
All right.
So it's my first one, and I only heard some of that.
Yeah.
When we do the 1, 2, 3 part,
Yeah.
we can only give one.
One game gets
time.
3 points.
Yeah, so we can't.
1, 1, 1, 2,
I can't
1,
do
3.
1 multiple times. Like
Right.
1, and that's it.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yeah. You have 6 points to
Thank
distribute,
you.
but in that very particular way.
Can I hold up a 0 as a symbolic thing?
Yes. You absolutely can. That would be very rude.
No one will see that but me, though. So
Yeah, here for
Well,
Nine brought up a point. We're talking about single games. This is not. We're talking
Yeah.
about not talking franchises here. We're not talking about.
Right.
If you did Oracle of Seasons and Ages, would do both?
No.
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 Just one.
One game.
Separate
Just one.
games,
One
baby.
game.
Got it.
One
Because they're
game.
separate games, right, Kyle?
We will
They are
be doing
separate
gifts.
Two
Yes.
cards. Separate games.
We've got
Uh,
gifts at 8.
And I think I should prepare people for one last thing, is we get 5 minutes to make our case, and then 5 minutes of cross-examination, where one at a time, each of the other allies will ask questions to the person who just proposed that game. We're going to be harsh to that game. It has to earn its way into the Hollow Greats. Please do not accept every question as us genuinely not liking that game. We just want to make sure it fights the good fight to get in, and that those games that do belong in the Hollow Greats truly belong.
So stressful.
Yeah. Okay, let's pull our
do it.
cards, Jones.
All right.
Here we go.
The very first ally to present their game will be
Please
Not
not.
me.
Mr.
Oh, no.
Michael
I knew it.
Please not me.
I knew that was
Damn.
Michael Huber.
It's alright, Hubert.
Come on down.
Damiani, I ask that you set the tone
Sure.
for this coming
The
game.
tone will be set now.
Do you want me? Am I being timer?
Ooh, so you have audio visual?
Oh!
Yeah. I thought you were having it.
Hang in the zone.
Oh yeah, soak up that adventure.
If anyone thinks this is not a visual aid, you're not looking into his face.
Alright. My game that I nominate for the EZA Hall of Greats is Dragon Quest VIII Journey of the Cursed King. And this is my favorite JRPG. I think it stands the test of time. I think it holds up to this day. And it tells a simple but incredibly endearing and emotional story. I think the cast of this game, the fact that it is the four characters plus the 2 side characters that tag along with you, the princess and the king. Each of these characters has a full arc, a beginning, middle, and end, and they're just so relatable. They all go through struggles. You grow on this adventure with them. From Yangus, who used to be a thief and then tried to go straight, but people just looked at him and judged him visually, so then he went back to a life of crime, and I just think that's so tragic. And then Angelo, who hides his feelings under this really cocky, suave demeanor, and Jessica, who is on this mission of revenge and trying to kill Domegas because her brother was killed, so it's personal for her. And just learning about these characters as you continue this journey is still in my heart over 10 years later. And then there's just the way the game plays. It's turn-based battles, but every single battle, from the small slimes on the field to a giant boss makes you think. It makes you think tactically. It's taxing on you. It really feels like you're on an adventure, having to go back to town to kind of replenish mana and items. And, you know, I always joke about economies, but I think it's one of the stronger elements of this game is every single item in the game has a purpose and is meaningful. Every single one. Like, you even like pot lids you pick up can be put into the elixir, whatever you want to call it, the alchemy pot, and those can become stronger items. Just buying strong items is it helps you get stronger, but they're also really, really expensive. And then just the world too. It's like the first fully 3D Dragon Quest, and it's just one of my favorite video game worlds to be in. Every town has a story. Every character. You can go on the main path, or you can go off and just explore. There's always something to find. You can recruit the very monsters you fight on your team, and even they like have their own side story. You meet the monster trainer, who's now a playable character in the 3DS version, but you know, I'm bringing up the PS2 version, the original. You can get like a team of monsters, and that factors into battles. The music, obviously, it hasn't changed much. I was talking about this with Bloodworth. The music hasn't changed much over the years, but I still think the soundtrack is so strong that it doesn't need to change. And that's kind of where I want to end, is that Dragon Quest VIII is so strong, rarely does it change radically, but it doesn't need to. You know, what is there is refined. To me, it is perfection, and that's Dragon Quest VIII.
Jones, how long was that?
Yeah, 36 seconds.
Nice, Hubert.
Mm-hmm.
I have an actual honest question.
Okay.
Timer Jones.
So one complaint I've heard levied against the Dragon Quest games is that they take a really long time to get going, to get interesting. How many hours does it take for this one to get good?
Dragon Quest VIII, I think because it's all, or JRPGs kind of are in arcs, right? There's like little story arcs. I think the very first story arc is impactful. You are going to town to find...
How many hours was
like,
the question?
A couple. You find you find an old wizard that is now like retired. He threw his crystal ball in a well, and then you go down, and the monster, when he dropped it in the well, it like hit this monster, and that monster is like defending this crystal ball. He's like, no, it's mine now. It's mine. You have to fight him. And it's all about saving this wizard. You give him the orb back. And the game is just filled with those moments of like these side quests and meeting these characters along the way and how you change their lives for the better.
Now, they've made other Dragon Quest games, correct?
Yes.
Why don't I just play one of those? I mean, they're newer. You know, they're probably better. I would assume you mentioned the first one that they did in 3D.
Yeah.
You know, would you have someone play an Ocarina of Time, or possibly suggest a Wind Waker, Skyward Sword, Breath of the Wild?
So, first I'm going to say the characters. It's the main core party is my favorite JRPG party, and some of my favorite characters in video games. Second, the two Dragon Quests that have come after have been pretty different. 9 is on 3DS and revolves around multiplayer, and then 10 is an MMO. So when 11 comes out, you know, it'll be the first kind of going back to it. So it's been a long time.
Yeah.
So
I hate the art style of Akira Toriyama?
Oh my god. I'm gonna say
I just don't like how he draws foreheads.
I'm gonna say that's a personal issue, and you know, every game has a different look. So if the art style is not really your thing, then yeah, I don't know how to answer that question. I'm gonna say you know, every game looks different, and I think the majority of players that have played Dragon Quest VIII praise the art style.
Yeah, I would posit that this doesn't actually look like as much like Toriyama stuff as a lot of other things necessarily do.
So you're putting specifically the PS2 version of Dragon Quest VIII into the Hall of Grace.
The original, yeah, the original version.
A lot of almost all contemporary JRPGs now have done away with random battles.
Yes.
Dragon Quest VIII on PS2 has random battles, and it has a lot of them.
Yes.
What if I'm somebody that can't stand random battles, and if I'm playing a game for 80 hours,
Yeah.
I'm going to get really sick of that?
So this is a game that you need to commit to. You put your energy and your life into it, and it's going to pay you back in dividends emotionally and mechanically. It's going to reward you for getting in those battles and investing your time. And again, doubling down on the idea that it is an adventure. When you go out on these adventures, it is dangerous. And sometimes you do get in random encounters, but it's never just filler battles. Sometimes you'll get jumped in the field from like dingalings. They'll call in backup. Slimes are in the very first zone, and sometimes slimes can overwhelm you. But slimes are pretty weak. Slimes are pretty weak. Still, king slimes will come. Again, dingalings, metal slimes. Again, like enemies will come and catch you off guard. So going back to town is a relief.
What is the story about?
Story is about a evil jester that craves power and turns the king into a toad and his daughter into a horse.
Why is it interesting?
And it's interesting because of the cast of characters, because of the characters you meet along the way, changing, like Jessica's brother wants revenge. The jester killed her. She was born in this family that wants her to be proper and wants her to be a lady.
Does the story ever challenge you?
The story?
Yeah, or is it just like a cute, good stuff keeps happening kind of story?
No, there are definitely moments. You'll go to a town and the guy will be like beating his slave. Yeah, there's very intense moments.
Okay.
Very intense moments of the story. And I mean, even Jessica too. It's about her trying to be the woman she wants to be rather than what her mom and society thinks she should be.
18 seconds, Hubert. Wrap it up.
No, ask him a new question.
And how many hours does it take to get to that actual story?
You meet Jessica very early.
No, the real story, the jester and all that.
Oh, immediately. The whole point of the game is you're following in his path of destruction.
All right.
You'll come to places in the world that have been attacked. There'll be like huge castles that have been destroyed and be like, dude, he's here. So it's like a hunt. You're following him in this game. So.
Whew. All right. You can draw the next name, actually. You can draw the next
good call.
Expose it to the camera.
All right. The next is...
Who is it?
I think it's Bloodworth or Ian.
Don!
Oh, no. I believe in you, Don. Don't step on Sophie.
It's hard not to vote for Don. To sit up there.
Don, this is a great shirt.
What's his shirt?
It's a...
Whoa!
Wow.
Bloodworth.
Blood, Hubert can take that seat.
No, I'm good.
That's not how we play these games. I've never seen that before.
Good evening, everybody.
Seat.
He takes
Trying to sit there now.
Sophie, blood is sitting there. Sophie, you gotta move, Sophie. Blood is sitting there.
Sophie, you got it. Blood split.
Sophie, get out. Get out.
Blood's sitting there.
Get out of the garage.
Oh, that's so good.
I don't understand it. Put the camera
Are these all pictures?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
Just pictures.
Would you prefer me to bring those pictures or cut to them full screen?
If you cut to them full screen, will I be able to see them? Is the only thing.
Yeah, I could. Yeah, I could bring it up over there.
That'd be excellent.
So it'll be on this monitor. We'll see Don's pictures.
Yeah,
You could just rotate this one.
I mean, I'll resize. And put
Yeah,
them here.
however you want to do it. You may have to do it full screen though, just because some of them is kind of small, the details. So maybe people want to see it full screen.
Okay.
Okay.
Do you need a moment to prep?
No, I'm good.
You're good? All right.
Okay.
I'll go on you.
All right.
You're ready.
Ready?
Yeah, it's stressful.
I'm stressed.
Good evening, everyone.
Wait, Don, that's your time, man.
I haven't started yet.
Okay, all right.
I'm getting my notes ready. All right, ready?
Ready.
And go. Many people wondered if I would continue on the pirate theme after my precious black flag was thrown to the wayside and discarded from possible Hall of Great contention. I will not continue on the pirate theme. However, I will continue on the theme of number 4.
Ooh.
And in this case, it will be Damiani.
All right.
Load it up. SimCity 4.
Yes.
Awesome.
Whether or not you recognize what you're looking at here, this is SimCity 4, okay? This is the absolute pinnacle that the city building and management simulation game SimCity reached. Surprisingly, a lot of people haven't experienced this one, though. And not only does it deserve to be in the Hall of Greats, but it holds up even today. In fact, after looking over and pulling some screenshots today, I'm pretty sure I'll be going back and adding to my region within the next week when I have a few free moments. So what made it so special? Go ahead, Damiani. Roll to the next picture. Well, here you see, just the graphical style is charming. It's a really beautiful game, how it ended up looking. It's got a lot of details. This is sort of, I think you can zoom in about 6 different levels, so this is not quite the closest you can get, but here you see a couple buildings going up, you know. So it just looks great, and go ahead, roll to the next one, Damiani. Don't worry, we'll get a little. We'll get to the meat here.
Nice.
Here we go. The region map.
Yeah.
All right, let's get to the meat of this.
Whoa.
This is the region map. Okay, the scale of how big that you can build each individual city has still not been overwhelmed by any modern city simulator today. If you see that yellow square on the right side of the screen, that's going to be one of your actual city maps you choose. So when you choose that area, it's going to zoom into the full-size city map, which that square right there is bigger than any available map, for instance, on the new SimCity game, to give you a point of reference. And this map here is just, I forget how many times, like something like 10 times larger than even City Skylines gives you. So it's quite impressive. Now, this whole regional map you're looking at can be terraformed from the start, and you can develop this entire place like a country, okay? So you end up with, I don't know how many, maybe 20 different cities that are all connected. Now, one of the things that is so special about this, depending how you build your cities, they exchange resources in a really meaningful way that works really well. You can build industrial centers, you can make a major manufacturing city, you can make, you know, next to a residential blue-collar working city, next to a tourist town, and the way they feed each other resources, you know, you make deals to exchange resources, imports and exports, and it all works really, really well. So you can feed in to each city you're building. So, you know, the time you can put into this is just really rewarding. Go ahead, move on to the next one, please. Okay, so this was, you know, the absolute refinement of all the building tools, the finance management, all the complexities that are enjoyable in SimCity sort of reached like a maximum level of refinement on part 4, okay? And so what are we looking at here? We're looking at your monthly budget. So you're building your city, but the thing that gets really fun and the true challenge in it is the management of your city and the management of your budget. So this is the most basic look at your budget here of what you just opened up. You have income in the green, you have expenses in the red. Each one of those eyeballs along the left side, each one of these categories can be opened and expanded upon and drilled in, usually multiple layers, okay? So you can really get into micromanagement. Go to the next one, please. So if you see here, I think this will be a close-up of some of your basic tax brackets that you can set. Here we are. Okay, so now look what we can do here. This is so cool because not only do they break up the residential, commercial, and industrial into the different like wealth categories, low wealth, medium wealth, and residential, but then you have manufacturing, high-tech industry, so you can set individual tax rates for each individual area. This is really basic. We'll keep moving to the next one. These are the kind of details, though, that we can get into that make it so enjoyable is that...
30 seconds now.
Oh my God, we're in trouble. Okay, we gotta move fast. We gotta move really fast. We got a lot to cover. All right, so look at this, graphs. What it's all about, bring that back up, please. Oh my God. It's all about cross-referencing information. Now, this is where this game succeeds so well. They have graphs, first of all. Now, look at each one of those categories you can choose, right? So here we're just looking at demand. Now, each one of those categories that you just saw we could set taxes for, you can see each individual one a demand for as well. Roll ahead and forward to the next one.
One more graph. That's time.
Yeah.
Well, we'll take a look.
We got to keep going here fast.
We're crunching on this graph here.
Okay, so here we go again. Now look at this. Look what's happening here. Now this is all about cross-referencing, okay? It's all about getting maximum amount of information about the most minute details so that you can act in a realistic way about how you're planning your city. Not just so you're getting vague things of like, oh, we need to grow, we're getting a demand for residential, we're getting a demand for commercial. These stats that you're able to cross-reference, you can find specifically the exact areas of your city you need to make changes to improve. Go ahead, roll forward to the next one. We got
to roll into questions. Do we want to take time away from questions, maybe?
Yeah, let's forget the questions.
That's the rules.
Oh, man, okay.
No, Don, you're out of time.
Don, wait. My first question is, what was the next graph you were going to show?
Well, thanks for asking that. The next graph we're going to show, if you want to bring it up right here, Damiani, real quick. The third set of data, you're looking at graphs, you're looking at the data input, you got the spreadsheets, and the fourth thing that you need to cross-reference is this, okay? This is this visual data views that overlay on your actual physical map.
Tom.
This is a color reference chart. Yeah.
He's answered my question.
We don't have to rush anymore.
Yeah.
Why is this fun? Why are these graphs fun? I think you should explain that better to us all.
Okay.
Why those things translate to fun?
Because this is what the whole challenge of the game is, okay? Is if you're building your city and, you're setting up certain simple things so that your city grows, but you get to a point where there is no, particular challenge there if it wasn't for this. What you're trying to do, Kyle, is manage your income and the amount of money you're balancing your budget in order to keep your city afloat. Now, the thing people don't realize is how much, how hard that is to do in a realistic city simulator. And the thing that SimCity did, SimCity 4, is they reached a point where they're able to give you so much detailed information that you could cross-reference that you never, if you're willing to spend the time to research on your city, you never had a point where you weren't sure where to do what. So that's just the fun thing about it, is if you're attracted to a city simulator, is you want these nitty-gritty kind of details that in most city simulators, they give you a certain amount of that, or in previous SimCities, but they're truly not valuable information, actually. It's just sort of information about your city, but it's not information you can realistically use.
It's fluff.
The way they set this information up in a way that you can cross-reference it is it makes it like extremely useful and valuable and meaningful, every bit of it. And then these systems, it's confirmation that these underlying systems you can't see are working, that are running, why your city is growing the way it's growing. You never are at a point, as long as you're willing to do the research, you never get to the point where you're like, I don't know, there's a bunch of dead bodies in my city, I have cemeteries everywhere, why are there still dead bodies building? It's like you can figure out exactly what the issue is.
Does that happen?
That was an issue with City Skylines I had,
okay.
actually.
I see.
Yeah.
Okay, whoa.
Corpse removal is a problem.
Yeah.
Don, I have a question. Does
Yeah.
this game feature online content? Or like connectivity, multiplayer?
It does. I think there was it's nothing like City Skylines, okay? But it has. You can design your own buildings and you could share those.
Okay.
I think,
Were the regions locked? Was this the one that forced you to be online?
No. Playing.
I don't just saw that one.
Okay.
As far as I know, the regions are not accessible online.
Good.
Don, can you speak to how much this game improved over SimCity 3?
Yes.
Because if SimCity 3 was the exact same game but just didn't have the graphs weren't as good, I don't know if I would give SimCity 4 the credit that it seems it deserves.
SimCity 3 was like a step up from 2, but it had all kinds of issues. It was like the first step into a 3D, so it was 3D like part 4. Okay, but the actual interface of the design, the actual interface in terms of controlling everything, in terms of like laying your roads, terraforming, all that stuff, wasn't quite as refined, and all the level of information was not quite there yet on where it was. It's just pretty much every single aspect of it was just improved upon.
Are there cheat codes?
I never used any. I don't know.
There are.
There definitely are.
Well, I mean, so one thing I like about SimCity are the cool cheat codes. Like summon a UFO.
Yeah.
Are there things like that, or is this hard sim?
No, so it has disasters you can summon, okay? Like the UFO and Godzilla and all kinds of cool stuff like that.
In the game.
Or some kind of monster,
Sure.
And you've got, one of the things about it that I used to do in the game that was really fun, it has scenarios, which are one of my favorite things. Real-world scenarios. So they've got all these cities throughout history at certain points that were dealing with different crises, and it makes you become mayor at the exact moment when the city is under crisis.
And see if you can fix it.
To see if you can pull it out of disaster, for whatever, whether it's financial, whether it was a flood, whereas all these real world things that are happening. Okay, so that's one of the funnest things to do. However, there's nothing stopping you
should have led with this.
from making your own
different
self-made scenarios. Okay, one of my favorite things to do when I had a city is launch a meteor into maybe just like the suburbs, some harmless little area, someplace where some damage would be created, or do something with taxes where maybe some riots would begin, and then you let it run and you go outside and you go to your neighbor's house and you guys, whatever, you go ride BMXs together, you go throw football around for a few hours, whatever, you climb a tree, talk about building a tree house, you come back 4 hours and then you try to bring your city back from whatever state it's in.
Yeah.
One of the best challenges you can give yourself in SimCity 4. I missed a lot of things. Rush hour. Can I just make one more point?
Okay.
All right.
You need to take a card, which you need to do.
Okay, thank you.
Next, Don.
Thanks.
It's
there you go. The Emperor.
Reveal that, though. Reveal that to the audience.
Reveal.
Emperor Dread.
Emperor Dread?
Truly.
Dread TV show.
Emperor.
Yeah, dude, I hope it's good.
Hopefully it's Urban.
Urban?
Carl Urban.
Oh, I can.
Somebody can do
Oh, man.
I'm gonna say I'm pretty safe bet it's gonna be an urban environment. Dread.
May I take your seat,
Oh,
Don?
sorry.
Nice job, Donnie.
Get more locked and loaded.
Show it till Ian's out, or? Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
We can take a good break.
Once everybody's focused.
I was really hoping to ask what your plan was for organized crime, Don.
Well, I can't answer that.
Ben had a question too. I know it.
I did have a question. It's alright.
Next time I'll leave my
Respect the
best.
grades.
I'll make my best points first.
Right.
Don, I think you did an excellent
Just
job.
remember, we gotta have to attack the person who's answering.
But we can be positive after that.
Yeah.
I thought you did great.
Yeah, we gotta needle you. Yeah. That's the whole point, everybody.
The whole point is not to tear people down.
Not tear people down, but make the games earn it.
Yeah.
Sure. But I think that they were doing that with Don. That wasn't. They're getting more.
They're pulling punches.
No, we asked 4 questions. We need to ask 8 questions in 5 minutes.
Well, he just explained for a while.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah, we gotta willing to interrupt.
Yeah, he filibustered. For sure.
Floor down.
We gotta be willing to interrupt. And I know we're all more comfortable with interrupting Jones than we are Don.
Absolutely.
Definitely.
Good luck. All right.
Can't wait to interrupt Jones.
Yeah.
Are you ready, Kyle?
I'm ready.
This
Okay.
game has lip sync. You're screwed.
Yes!
The game I'm about to talk about is so epic, I gotta talk about another game first. So, I had a friend of mine, they came at me, my friend in Brent Phillips, who built EasyAllies.com, called me up one day and he said, Jones, I need you to play Warcraft 3. And I said, really? And he said, yes, you have to play Warcraft 3. You can go get it. There's cheats if you want to just rush through it. And I was like, yeah, I'm familiar with Warcraft 3. Tell me, Brent Phillips, why do I have to play Warcraft 3?
Oh, God.
He said, you have to play Warcraft 3, and then when you're done, go right into an expansion called The Frozen Throne. Because that expansion pack sets up a character called Arthas. And next year, the World of Warcraft is going to have an expansion where we, as our guild, are going to hunt that character down and kill him, bringing justice to all of the crimes that he has committed in his life. So here is one of the greatest, if not the greatest, massively multiplayer online role-playing game ever created, the World of Warcraft. That I had to play an entirely different game to understand the context of doing just one mission, just one part of this game that has been around for more than a decade. And I can't think, as hard as I try, I mean, feel free to correct me in this room, feel free to correct me in chat, of a game a decade later that brings a story to fruition that's not from some book, that's not from some movie, that's not some other thing somebody created, that's from another video game. I can't think of another world. And every time you play a video game, they're all worlds. All of these things, Zelda, Mario, these are all worlds, whether they actually make sense in their construction or not. But I can't imagine any other video game world that has been realized to the scale, to the breadth, to the size, to the adoration from the fan base than actually going to Stormwind, actually going to Orgrimmar, actually seeing what connects all of these areas. I mean, how many seasons of South Park did we get? And Matt and Trey on stage said, like, we have no idea what this town looks like. We never actually bothered to figure out how everything fits together. And here, I was not even a Warcraft fan. I didn't even grow up with playing Warcraft 1, Warcraft 2, Warcraft 3. Going into World of Warcraft, I just loved MMOs, I loved RPGs, I loved the freedom of the world going in. There weren't, I mean, Final Fantasy XI was a lot of fun. There's these arbitrary barriers in between zones. You know, I'm in a hill, and then I go through a loading zone, and I'm on a beach all of a sudden. Like, how did that work out? Here's this world that invites you to break it. For so long, there were areas that were just completely unfinished. There were towns sitting at the bottom of oceans just waiting for you to discover. There were no quests there. There was nothing going on. It was just, this world was so big, and it was so, you were so free to explore. The world has only gotten bigger. The game has only gotten better. And millions and millions of millions of people have played it. But if they made, with the exception of Cataclysm, that's against the rules anyway. But with the exception of Cataclysm, nothing that they added took away something else. There was not like, oh well, yeah, you can't, you know, that dungeon's just straight up gone. Like, yeah, we just can't go to that area anymore because they just totally retconned that. World of Warcraft has just proceeded to get bigger and bigger and bigger. And I bowed out after the third expansion pack. Like, I have not played that game a lot lately, but in my mind, there's absolutely no question that that is one of the most impressive video games ever produced by any company that has ever made a video game. Granted, Blizzard's a big company; they got a lot of money that they could throw at it. But I think if we're going to take this Hall of Greats seriously, we need to honor a game of that magnitude and that importance. And
nice job, Jones.
Well done.
World of Warcraft.
If we're to take this seriously, that's a good appeal.
Jones.
Yes.
Not
yet. How do I do another 5?
Cancel.
Cancel.
Pause.
There we go.
Jones.
Yes.
It's very easy to romanticize these legendary moments in World of Warcraft. But what do you say to the countless hours of grinding, killing spores, hoping for a drop of some useless cloth to turn into a lifeless NPC whose mouth does not move when he gives VO, mind you. What do you have to do? What do you have to say about all those moments in between these few legendary moments?
The mouth's definitely moved in World of Warcraft.
Burn.
I don't know what non-moving mouths you're speaking of, but the mouths definitely
From like
move in World
every
of
single
Warcraft.
quest giver. Every quest giver in that game.
Would the player's mouths move? If you do emotes, if you do like a cheer, your guy goes, yeah.
But when you take a quest from someone that has a ton of dialogue that's like, yo, I need you to go do this, go here, these pirates are coming, their mouths do not move.
Correct. The problem, Huber, is in a massively multiplayer online role-playing game, if you isolate one specific road you can go down and talk about the intensity with which apparently you need to acquire those things. So I went after Arthas not really caring what gear I got. My gear served the guild. My guild served my party. Like, I was not going after things to win myself. It was the collective fun that I was having with the people that I was playing as. But if you want to really take the selfish approach and just be like, I'm only in it for my gear, I'm only in it for my direct satisfaction.
No, I'm talking about leveling up, Jones. I'm talking about the journey to leveling up, to even be able to experience these raids that need a large, coordinated group of players to even experience to begin with. That is an extreme barrier that many players will not be able to get through to even experience the best parts of this game.
But you like buy Warcraft now and you get an automatic level 90 character like that.
Yeah,
more than any other MMO I've played. They've definitely been gracious to the fan base of being like, you can just skip past this part if you want. If a friend recommends you level up 10 times faster. Like, almost to a fault.
Because the game's not fun to play?
Because, like Huber said, there's so much to do that if you're like, I specifically don't want to do this part and I want to move on to something else. Similar to like if I wanted to watch season 5 of a television show, I could watch like an abridged version of something, which is obviously not the best experience.
Is that a good TV show that you want to skip 4 seasons of?
It is not
one of the greats.
It is not. It's like saying that because I didn't read The Hobbit makes Fellowship a bad book. That's that argument. Okay. It's saying that that's saying that Fellowship is bad unless you read all of the other books and cannot take that on its own.
But
all
you
the expansions
and your,
are single
hang
experiences.
on, Jones. In your own argument here,
Right.
if I can.
This is also an argument levied against MMOs and not Warcraft, so I feel it's an unfair argument.
Hang on.
No, that's fair.
There's like other MMOs you don't level or grind in or acquire loot.
In World of Warcraft, you said that you had to play another game just to understand the context of this game.
Correct.
Wouldn't a good game have story that can support itself?
Pause. Jones, we got the foods here.
All right.
Anyone can sign that. Ben
He's got
can
time.
sign
Jones
that.
has time to
think of it?
Just sign
I
it.
got time for the
A
pause.
human
Okay,
being
Dog's
with a
side.
hand can sign
It
and resume.
I had a friend that said more context will be provided. You will get a greater satisfaction out of knowing the story going into it. But it is not like if I went into it without playing Warcraft 3, I would have no satisfaction. I would have a better understanding of what happened to this character.
Jones,
having played that.
talk to me about the decline of quality in that game. The entire franchise. The last, 3 expansions that have been going on. The lack of interest in the player base. No one cares anymore. Feels like an old game. It feels like something that needs to die, pretty much at this point, Jones. It feels like it's on life support.
Is this the game that's about to die that you were begging me to play with you and Huber while it was dying?
Yes.
Okay.
For that 1 month we played, yes.
Well, I have not played the last 2 expansions, but based on Huber frothing at the bit, telling me to join him to keep playing, I would just default to Mike Huber's assertion.
This is the Hall of Greats.
Yeah. Right.
Why do you not want to play the last 2 expansions?
Yeah.
Is the game not
Wouldn't
great?
you want to play the game?
quit, Jones. You quit this game that you love.
That's again like saying that France is bad because I don't want to live there. It's like, well, if you like Paris, why aren't you there right now? If Paris is so great, why
I mean,
would you
that's
ever leave
logistically
Paris?
hard to get up
Why
and
do you-
move, but to play a video game on your computer
Why
is a
is
lot
it-
easier than moving
That
your whole
argument is very
family
strange.
across the country.
Why isn't
across the world?
Huber? Why isn't Huber playing Dragon Quest VIII right now? If it's so good,
Because he's
Why
beaten
did he
it.
play other games?
He's beaten it like 5 times. You've experienced 40% or
Correct.
30% of a game that you are
Correct.
suggesting for Hall of the Greats.
correct.
This is ridiculous.
I played that expansion pack with Arthas. I killed Arthas. I found a good time for me to leave the game because I wanted to pursue other interests, not because it was not a good game. And other people that didn't, that wanted to continue in the world, got the chance to do so. We both parted happily. That seems like a good game.
So Jones submits the Arthas expansion.
Well done.
See, it's not easy being in
God,
that
I
mess.
hate it.
Not easy.
It wasn't my job to defend that game either. That's why I didn't bring up the stuff.
Yeah.
There were really easy rebuttals to your
Damiani,
things.
14 will never get into the Hall of
Neither will World of Warcraft, so it's okay.
I don't agree with that.
Wait, get on mic, I gotta use the restroom.
I don't agree with that.
Mass bathroom
So
break.
remember what Kyle just said before I called
Not
the camera
sexy.
here.
What shirt I'm wearing?
We should just put it in a
I
spot.
want
Yeah, we should all just be like, I'm gonna nominate
3
14.
points.
Yeah.
3 points.
3 for Griffin.
Wait, is it
World of
Damiani's
Warcraft
turn?
specifically,
No, we don't know who's turn.
you asked 2 things. You were like, you've only experienced X amount of the game. How long has that damn game been out?
Over a decade.
How many
Just
games?
over 15
How many
years?
games have been relevant for that long?
Oreos?
How many games have been relevant for that
But how
long?
many games?
How many games have been relevant for that
Almost
long?
none.
Almost
Well,
none.
I'm gonna hit the chicken
It's
first.
like if you
But you could use the argument too about Mario 64 or Legends of Ocarina of Time. Those games are still relevant. Sure, they're not getting new content, but those games
you
are
can
still
go back
relevant.
and play them, yes, but like
Right?
they're not getting new content. They're
Of
not being
course.
supported. Like
Yeah.
it's kind of unfair after like 10 years to be
Yeah.
like hold that game against the standard. Yeah, does it need like should they stop it and probably make a WoW 2? I'd say yes. Like they should probably do that instead of continuing to support it. The other thing about the skipping stuff, just because it comes from 14, they tried that route. They got too many people complaining like I just want to play with my friends. Like how look what we're doing. We're trying to catch you up. If they didn't announce that jump potion stuff to catch up, people would not jump into the new expansions because they would just be like, how many hours do I have to put in this game before I can even play with my friends? I just want to run content with my friends. Like, why let you do that? Why let you jump right into that? So, anyway.
If you're just tuning in, we are Easy Allies, and tonight we're doing the Hall of Greats induction. The Hall of Greats is the collection of what we believe to be definitively the greatest video games of all time. So far, the two games in the Easy Allies Hall of Greats are Metal Gear Solid and Super Metroid. Tonight, we're trying to select 2 more to join those 2 games. We have heard from Michael Huber, who represented Dragon Quest VIII. We've heard from Don. Don's the fool, by the way. Is that bad?
No.
I wasn't fool because I didn't make the 2 best points about
No,
this.
Don!
No, you don't. The 2 best points.
Not while I'm stalling. That's not fair. That's not fair.
Nuts.
Wait, your best points
So
are
we need Brandon to pick.
Yeah, we need Brandon to pick. Yeah.
The cherry on top is right at the end. You guys outconvinced you all.
No, you gotta draw the next card.
Next.
And show it to the camera.
And here, let me move it.
Mr. Kyle Boss.
Ooh.
He's already there.
All right. Okay.
What do you got?
Damiani, go get the other chicken.
After the voting is over, can I make the 2 points?
Yeah.
Yeah, sure, Don.
All right. And then you will all regret.
Awarding you no votes.
Anyone timing him?
I'll wait for Jones and Damiani to at least hear my case.
I can hear you, Kyle.
Where's he? Bathroom?
Someone's in the bathroom.
I'm talking about one of the greatest
Super.
video games of all time.
What you saying, Kyle?
Jumping.
I'm talking about one of the
3D.
greats.
Croc.
No. Get some food. Get some food and bring it in. Get some food and bring it in.
This chicken is
Oh my
pink.
God.
Is that normal?
Okay.
Yeah.
Hey,
It's
Kyle
not
Blossom.
Pink.
I will sit down and listen.
Oh, not with you next to me.
Let's get this over with.
Oh, I'm doomed.
Ready?
Okay. All right.
What are we doing?
Who's got the timer?
Okay.
Oh, you do?
Okay.
What's your nominee? I have no idea what's coming. Well, show me what you got, Kyle.
Okay. Allies, when we talk about the greatest games of all time, I think a lot of the games we're seeing nominated, story is prevalent. Story isn't required for a great game, but it is a tool in a great game. Story is interesting in video games because it's there to motivate the player to continue forward. It's there to make you care about the game you're playing. And hopefully, in the best video game stories, makes you feel a way that only a video game could. Not just telling you a story, but telling you a story through a video game. Now, the game I'm nominating tonight is The Legend of Zelda Link's Awakening.
Oh.
What?
DX!
Ooh,
DX.
The Game Boy Color book?
DX! Yes.
Okay.
So, here's the thing with Link's Awakening DX. There's no such thing as a perfect game, right? There's no such thing.
Tetris.
Link's Awakening DX is a perfect video game.
Wow.
It's a portable game. Wow. This is a game played on a Game Boy or a Game Boy Color. Today you can play it on a 3DS. It's the one I would recommend. Go ahead and download that. In its compact nature of this video game, it's not too long, it's not too bloated, there's no glitches that we have to forgive. It is flawless in each part of it. There's no stretches where it's like, I don't really know what they were doing here. It's non-stop killer, no filler. There's no DLC, there's no motion controls, there's no memes. This game it exists as it does forever. It will be great forever. Just in a cartridge, a tight, thick Game Boy Color cartridge. Black on the outside. Good looking cartridge. But what I did want to talk about the story, because look, I realized, look, sprite work holds up. Still one of the best. Still today, by today's standards, still is vibrant and fun. And look, I know the game itself, exploring with no waypoints, exploring this map, having a whole island to explore, also part of this compact nature of what makes it so great. And those things are great, but as I introduced it, I want to talk about the story of this video game. Because in most Zelda games and most adventure games, you're saving the world. And that's your simple objective, go save the world, kill all the bad guys. In Link's Awakening, Link must wake up from this dream he's trapped in. Link has to destroy the world. The story here does make you care more about the game, it makes you care more about what you're doing, but in a very interesting way that you don't see in a lot of games. It also makes you fearful of the game's conclusion. Not just the bad guys, the villains in the temples are trying to prevent you from destroying their world. You are the bad guy. There's no guy who's like, I'm gonna kill you, now you kill me. It's simply you're going into temples where they're defending the instruments that will wake up the windfish, and they say, please don't. Please don't wake us up. You make friends. The entire animal village not only exists to make an interesting area in a video game to explore and to do a really cool trading side quest, one of the best trading side quests you'll ever find in any game ever of all time, one of the greats. But that animal village exists to make you care more about this world that you're going to have to destroy. You, as a player, have to make that decision of playing through this game, of waking up the windfish, and you deal with the consequences of that. That is a decision you made. And so the entire world, the entire island that was so fun to explore, the items that were worth collecting, the people who were worth meeting, all that ties into the central theme of the decision you make as the player. You're actively making an interesting decision as opposed to an easy decision of saving a princess, of unlocking a door, right? It's a complicated thing in a compact world. Link's Awakening DX, still beautiful, still fun, still interesting, and thereby one of the greats.
Oreo thins.
We will now take questions.
Okay.
Why are you making me have to fight against Link's Awakening here, Kyle?
Mm-hmm.
Beautiful sprites.
Yes.
What game is this heavily derived from?
This game is heavily derived from The Legend of Zelda 3.
3? Yeah. Well, what would you? What would be another name for that game, Kyle?
Link to the Past.
So you're telling me the sprite work went from terrible sprites on the Super Nintendo to amazing sprites on Game Boy when they're pretty much the same.
They're not, and I could genuinely tell you they are an improvement because of the limitation. Because they had fewer sprites, fewer pixels in frame, they actually had to minimize more. And nothing. They are frankly better sprites. The art is better than you would find on Link to the Past, especially in the DX, especially when we have that Game Boy Color palette.
Now I know it's on the Game Boy Color, but to me, compared to as someone who has not played Link's Awakening and has played other Zelda games, looking back now, it'd be so difficult for me to. I would imagine it would be difficult to get into that world when it just doesn't have the saturation, where I'm just not like. Literally living and breathing this colorful world, compared to just the way it was illustrated, whereas as opposed to like a fill-in-the-blank with colors. Like I used to not have colors, we'll just kind of slap colors on after the fact.
I'm sorry, what, Jones? The colors are great. What's the thing?
Just that it originated as a game without color, and then they added it later. To me, does that hold up?
Absolutely.
Like so many other Zelda games.
Everything was thought through. It wasn't on the Game Boy Color. You do have some things where it's just like a filter that was applied. It's not that at all. Everything was carefully planned, and everything looks very good.
I have a question, Kyle.
Yes.
I haven't played this one either.
Okay.
And is it one of those things where at the end you're like, it was all a dream, so it doesn't feel like anything you did matters?
No. Everybody in this world matters, and those people some of them are aware they're in a dream.
Ah. Are they real people? Does it tie to the real world in any way?
It does a little bit. I don't know. Are we cool with spoilers doing Hall of Greats?
I mean, I don't know. Don't spoil it, but like...
Okay.
you're selling the game.
Chat mods warned everyone that there's going to be spoilers.
Yeah. We're going to, if we're going to talk about how great a game is, I guess we have to spoil it.
Does the story matter? Does it have impact?
Yes. Because you meet people you like. You meet people you like very much in this dream world, and they're gone. One does survive as a seagull, but everything else is just gone. That whole world, that island you learn to save and love disappears because the windfish wakes up. Because you wanted to just keep going on in your adventure. You selfishly invaded this dream, this world where people lived.
But Kyle,
you remember the
saying selfish and villain? These are nightmares torturing a creature. And yes, the world is created from the creature, but you're saving this creature and you're also saving yourself.
It's a complicated choice. You're right, Blood. You just enforced my opinion. It's a complicated.
But you're not a villain by defeating nightmarish creatures that are trying to torture something and keep it asleep.
But you're defeating good things as well.
I also
that
think
entire animal village is gone.
I think it's a bit of a stretch to say finishing a game is a choice.
Black as white.
That's what's good. That's a good thing.
I'm trying not to stuff I want to say would defend this, but I do think the story stuff You gotta like make the strongest case for that, because I think it's all about the story in that game.
Yeah.
If people don't like the characters in that game, so you're basically saying like this might have some of the best characters in the Zelda series that you become attached to, because
Yes. Yeah. There are greater characters in other Zelda games, but the collective of this game is where it's so interesting. Where each of these characters does have their own thing and is an interesting thing happening with those people.
But Link's Awakening has one of the worst Zelda bosses ever.
Oh.
You literally fight a fish and you just spam the attack button and it dies. And there's nothing
The
to
Angler's
it.
Cave boss.
There is no strategy. There is no difficulty.
But you had the choice to fight
But
that boss.
I would argue that dungeon's pretty annoying.
That's still cooler than a blob with a little circle in it. You know what I mean?
No,
I understand that
that blob with the circle still requires some timing and back and forth. This you literally sit in the same spot and spam the attack button.
That was your strategy. That was not Blood. When I played it, it wasn't like that. It's not apparent. The game doesn't say stand still and press A. You know what I mean? The game
looked like a giant fish you could have been scared of.
Yeah.
Who knew what his weak point was?
Yeah.
Kyle.
Yes.
Technicality. You said waypoints, no waypoints or anything like that.
Yeah.
Would you count warp spots as waypoints?
No. Waypoints. Sorry, the types where they tell you where to go next.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Like you might find in A Link to the Past.
That is status time.
Oh. Okay. Whew.
People just keep yelling.
Nice job, Kyle.
Our next game presented will come from.
That's me.
Oh,
That's me. That's me.
That was well timed. Did you have notes for that?
Yeah,
Is that what that was?
I had notes.
I've got notes.
Brad, did you tell chat that you tried to too-sweet some guy and he didn't do it?
No, that's a long explanation.
Okay. That's like
Use a
that's
portion
a
of
tease
your
right there.
time.
That's like a full story kind of thing.
Oh my goodness.
Oh yeah.
Whoa.
It's got the game. Oh my goodness.
What's going on over here?
I love it. I
That's
like
a
the
good
game
idea, Don,
already.
actually. And say like this one's from Chad even.
Okay.
Are you ready?
Don's gone.
Oh, okay.
Jones, you're good.
I'm good.
Can you hear Brad out there?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, go ahead.
All right, everybody. Let me take you back in time to an era of 8-bit gaming, where you had the Nintendo, the Super Nintendo, the Sega Genesis. Then comes along the Sony PlayStation, 32 bits of power, starting to get into 3D and everything like that. Kind of janky, but it's trying. Then comes big boy Nintendo, saying we can do everything better. We can handle 3D. We can make the 3D game that everyone will base their game off next. And that game is Super Mario 64. I want you guys to think about the first time you played this game, okay? You get this crazy controller with 3 sides on it. Like, what is this? This doesn't make any sense. Then you put it in your hand, and you start with Mario outside the castle, and you first move Mario. And it feels perfect. You feel in control of Mario perfectly. That's why there is a totally huge community still going on out there about Mario 64, still making mods, because it's perfection in 3D platforming. Perfection. Now, imagine when you first walk into this castle, something you've never seen before in a Mario game. You used to like going left to right the whole time. You walk into a fully huge space where you can move around. Different areas to go to. Door here, door there. You could pick whatever door you want. This is Mario 64. You're free to go. Usually people go to the left, you know, going in through there. Get in that first world, man. And you hear that music. You're home. You're home. It's like going to Disneyland the first time, you know? It's pure magic. It's something you never thought you would see before. Like, executed so perfectly. You go through your level back there, you're like, okay, I'm used to the more Mushroom Kingdom kind of stuff like that. Just kidding. You go to Dire Docks. Completely different from the last world. Fully submerged water, you got big underwater sea creatures going around in there. And I forgot to bring up the part of the stars. The stars make going through the same environment different every time and enjoyable. There's different things to do in every single level with the stars. For example, there's a snow level. You go down all the way to the bottom. There's multiple ways to get everywhere usually. That's why it's such a big speedrunning game too. Then you got the minigame where you're going down with the penguin. Then you get 8 stars. Then it's time for the showdown with Bowser. Hubert, just picture this in your mind right now, man. First time you're running towards that Bowser painting. You're running, floor drops out under you. You hear him laugh, and you're like, oh! You're in his gauntlet. It's a test to see if you're worthy for Bowser. You go through the gauntlet. Oh my god, the level design in this game is unreal. This game holds up in... Anyways, you go through the level. You have your showdown with Bowser. It's not just your typical running across a bridge, breaking the bridge for him. It's a one-on-one showdown in a circular room. You got nowhere to run, Mario. What do? You grab by his tail. You fling this giant monster, boom, right into a bomb. Boom, he's out. You're like, yes, I beat Bowser. This is awesome. Just kidding, you get a coin. There's multiple other areas in this castle, baby. And when you're going through this castle, there's secrets littered everywhere. You could beat this entire game and not see half the game if you wanted. There's 120 stars if you want to be the hardcore, which I highly recommend. It's the way to play that game. Oh my god. Dude, when I just think about this game, can you, think about, chat, when you first put on that P-Wing hat or whatever, Winks the hat, and you're flying through the sky, and you're going through those red coins, a moment of bliss. This game makes you feel like you never felt before about anything. It gives hope to video games. When you play this game, you're like, there's hope for video games, because this is perfect. Oh, and that showdown at Bowser, when you're going through his gauntlet at the end of the level, the most satisfaction ever when you beat him. When you save Peach, everything's good. But, if you want to get more, you can get the 120 stars. You can explore everything. All the extra levels. There's a ton of secrets everywhere, just like hidden walls you just jump through. You're just like, whoa! There's glass stain you just jump through. Guess what? You're going down an awesome slide with 10 out of 10 music, man. And when you beat it all, you get to see Yoshi. And he gives you 100 1-ups, and he's like, hey man, just go have some fun. Go run around the castle, have a good time. And that's why Mario 64 is one of the greats.
With 6 seconds to spare.
Wow. We need a timeout.
Okay.
I had one job, and I effed it up.
Uh-oh.
I allowed 2 people to bring Mario 64.
Uh-oh.
Should we let that second person speak right now and then have a 2-part cross-examination?
Oh my god.
Who's that?
It's Michael Damiani.
Yeah, my boy!
Or, Damiani, do you want to fight for a different game?
I don't have anything else for...
Okay, yeah, so I think we let Damiani go right now, and then we let them both handle the cross-examination together.
Sure.
Wow.
And we still only vote for one game. It's not like we vote for this twice.
Right.
It's still only one game.
I'm gonna let him talk. I'll get back up.
Somebody in chat said Super Mario 64, the Bloodborne of gaming, and I thought that was
That's very funny.
I thought that was really funny.
Yeah, I don't know how I goofed that up so bad.
Yeah, wait, that's
the whole reason.
You were like, you're good to go with the message.
The whole thing is skewed now.
Oh, okay.
Brad said a lot, so I really don't have to say that much, actually. I'll just say that...
Talk about how you play the game different.
What?
You play the game different.
I'm gonna say, I just want to make 2 points, really. One, the controls in that game, to me, are fantastic. I think every Mario game that's come after has inferior controls.
No.
I think the platforming is much better in Super Mario 64. I think it's a matter of opinion, but for me, as the games have gone on time, Galaxy, kind of like Super Mario 64 controls, a little looser. I was like, alright, this isn't bad. Same with Galaxy 2. 3D World is just... They got off a little too much. I was just like, what are you doing, Nintendo? Can we just go back? And on Odyssey better have 64-style controls, because it could be a 64-style game. They've also gone further and further away from the style of Super Mario 64. The Super Mario 64 was never quite to the level of Banjo-Kazooie in terms of complete freedom to go do multiple objectives in the world at once. You can complete multiple objectives, but you can only collect 100 coin star and then one of the main stars. You can't collect all 6 stars plus that. But I liked how, for the most part, you could go do multiple objectives in those worlds. Excuse me, only a few stars needed to be picked specifically to trigger certain conditions. I like that freedom of exploration in Super Mario 64. I feel like the newer ones are way too focused on a singular course style without multiple objectives in them. They've gone further away from that. So Super Mario 64, I think, did the best job with that. And last point I just want to make is that I can just go back and play this game like every single day. I just have so much fun with this game. It is just a pleasure to play, and in terms of like the fulfillment and satisfaction I get from it, it is so generous.
Oh,
so generous.
So generous.
No game gives like Super Mario 64. So fun.
So good. All right, let's get the cross-examination.
Okay.
Let's go.
So wait, does this mean 10
No,
minutes
we'll
of
just, we'll just do
cross-exam?
5 still.
Alright.
But they'll be tag teaming. Either
Let's
of
do
them
it.
can field the questions.
I have a question.
Let's hear it, Ben.
All right. So what about the water levels?
What
they
about
take everything I love to do in Super Mario 64 and strip it away. I'm trudging through underwater. I don't want to play them. I want to be up running around. Why are these in the game? Why are they good? How is that great level design?
Breaks the pace, man. And also, in the water levels, there's often parts where you go on land still. It adds a variety to it. You go underwater, there's a sick underwater cave when you're down there, man. You're running around in that.
Brad, you called killing Bowser the most gratifying thing ever.
Yeah.
That's the 3rd time we have the exact same boss fight.
Yeah,
With
and it's
slightly
epic
different
every
obstacles.
time.
Is it epic every
Yes,
time?
yes.
Slightly changes each time.
Yeah,
The
slightly changes
first-
each time. It's the same boss fight 3 times.
And it works every time.
I don't know. I mean, the first fight is just like, oh wow, I'm fighting 3D Bowser for the first
Yeah.
time ever.
I'm
That's
fighting Bowser.
pretty cool.
This is great.
One, you just have to hit him once, and you're like, oh. The second time, the platform, she jumps and shifts the platform. And you start sliding. It's like, wait, what? And you start sliding towards lava, and you're like, what do I do here? And then, like, they move the bombs a little further back, so there's a chance. It introduces, like, you can, like, miss the bombs. Like, you can miss them before, but, like, you could completely miss them, and he falls over. And he does the slam again. He gets a little bit more aggressive in his spinning, so it's like, hey,
Why couldn't have that just been one boss fight like every other
because
game?
then the third one, it's like, hey, not only do I not take 1 hit anymore, I take 3. They move the bombs further away, so it's like you can't cheese. You can't toss them to the edge slowly and then like just line them up and throw them. You gotta really spin them around. And then he breaks the platform, so it's like a star shape. And he does like shockwave things when he jumps. He does like a shoulder tackle charge at you. he does this like super fireball.
Why does he die the 3rd time and not the first 2 times?
He just gives
Because
up.
you like hit him 3 times. He was like, "Oh, I can take that 1 hit, man.
No,
even
I mean the
even
third
2
boss
hits.
fight.
He's
even
like
2 hits.
He's like
in the
third time, dude. 3rd time's the charm, man. When that's it, he's out.
3rd time, it's like, man, 3 explosions was too much. He's like, okay, that's it, Mario.
How many times you gotta beat Bowser?
He surrenders.
I really want to bring something up.
Let's hear it.
Okay.
Nostalgia is a very powerful thing.
Yes, Hubert.
I heard it a lot in these 2 speeches.
Yeah, like super powerful. I truly do not believe that Super Mario 64 controls better than Super Mario Galaxy, nor do I think the level design is strong. Sure, it has maybe, maybe it has more character, but in terms of like mechanical platforming from point A to point B, a platforming adventure going through a stage, Mario Galaxy is superior.
This isn't the Hall of the 90s greats, is all I'm saying. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, we're talking about best games of all time. Holds up today. I could play it right now.
Yeah, it's totally not
Galaxy-
the whole of 2004 either.
Galaxy needed its gravity thing. If you strip away it's amazing. If you strip it away, it's like a boring platformer. Like, it's very overly simplistic. It's not even. It is not.
What can
not
you do
even
in 64 that you cannot do in Galaxy?
The gravity.
Tell me right.
in 64.
Tell me right now. Prove to me here and now that the platforming in 64 is stronger than Galaxy 1 or Galaxy 2.
Oh, because I can do all those tricks and stuff that are still possible in 64 that aren't possible in the future one because they had like their physics. Oh, we're gonna be a little bit more realistic with the physics. So you can only do X amount of wall jumps over stuff before it like caps you. Like they did this with Zelda too. They started imposing stamina, all this bullshit that like, it's like I don't want that. I want to have fun. Mario 64 was so much fun because they imposed these stupid restrictions on me.
Was so
and
much fun.
Getting hooked up on that tense there, Kyle Bossman.
I mean, Galaxy has items. I feel way more in control
You got
of
items in
Mario.
Mario
I
64?
feel way more in control.
A steel hat.
Wing Cap.
Yeah,
Metal
Wing Cap,
Mario.
dude.
Wing cap sucks.
Wing Cap is
sick. Flying sucks.
It's What?
fun. It's bad.
I get into a cannon, I shoot out, and I fly through the world.
And I miss everything I'm trying to
Well, it's
hit.
because you're not good.
It gives you the tools to do
I'm
it.
sorry.
You just can't execute it.
I'm sorry.
I have a question. How many times do you have to replay every level in this game
Do you have to?
to get the stars?
If you want 100% everything,
You can totally ignore some worlds. You don't have to step foot into some. But on average, you probably are getting like at least 1 to 2 stars per world, probably, if you go through every world.
Okay.
Ooh.
I don't know, to me,
Like,
Galaxy 1 and 2 feel like an evolution of this game, and, be that technical limitations of the time, or learning and building upon the solid foundation that 64 was,
Right.
Galaxy 1 and 2 are vastly superior.
And the camera's bad.
The camera is 4 yellow buttons.
The camera was great at the time because it was revolutionary.
It still
3D,
works, man.
But it's bad.
It's still you could still do it easily.
That's time.
Oh. Okay.
So wait.
I'm sorry.
There is an actual concern here,
Big games.
though.
Gonna be a big
They
debate.
can still vote. I mean,
No,
we're
no,
still
no, no.
voting for the games we believe are going to be in the.
But
quiz.
everybody,
Yeah.
everyone's gonna
Oh.
like. In theory, they both give 3 to their own game.
I'm not.
That's
I
6
think we're-
guaranteed.
I don't think
vote
that
for your
theory
game.
is. Yeah, you can vote for your own game, but I don't think
Yeah,
that's
dude,
fair.
that's scummy.
Yeah. We're not just voting to try to win. We're trying to make the best case for the
Alright,
games
alright.
we love. You know.
Oh,
I'm so sorry I effed that up though. I don't know how I did that.
That's going.
Yeah.
Here we go. Start him now. Huber hates 64. Here we go. let's just make that canon.
Get out of your system.
Yeah, let's
Get out of your
go.
system.
I wanted to address your camera issue, but
You don't get.
it's cool that 3D World
wait
doesn't let
for
you
Don?
really change the camera because they don't know what to do with it.
Hey, we're talking about Galaxy.
Damiani, that's Bloodworth's chair.
Wait, well, we're seeing.
Sell a case.
Bloodworth can't be in 2 places at once.
Hey, before this started, Kyle told me to rip into games
yeah.
for the spirit of the Hall of Greats.
Again, I want to make that very clear.
That is what
All
I'm
of these
doing.
games are great.
But
So we all
also-
understand they're great games.
But outside of this, though, Hubert talks a huge amount of trash on Mario 64, like always.
You're lucky you didn't bring up the best point about it. You're lucky you
hates
didn't bring up the best
Don't
point.
do it. You're trying to sneak in a point. Don't
Don't
do
do
that.
it.
Don't
Every
just sneak in a
single
He
point.
knows
person has
what
done
it
that.
is. He knows what it is. Say it.
For every
Okay.
point we sneak in, Don gets to make another point about
I
Simpsons.
know, I'm trying to help Don here. What are we, Don? We got 8 more screenshots to go. We gotta make it happen.
How many screenshots did we miss?
Bloodworth has the conch.
So I'm going to need to ask you a favor. I'm going to need you to cut off my talking at 4 minutes.
Okay.
So that I can do my visual aids.
Oh my god.
Special request.
Is the visual aid ready? Is it?
So wait,
It's
4
right.
minutes
You can
left
keep-
Oh my
after 4
god.
minutes.
Here we go.
All right.
Wow.
Here we go.
Going on you, Blood.
Buckle up.
Okay. So last time, my pick, Super Metroid, had to go up against Street Fighter 2. And Street Fighter 2 is absolutely one of the greats. This is a game that
Whoa!
it shifted the landscape. It shifted the landscape of the arcades. It shifted the landscape of like how you played with friends. It created something that like there were games where you fought other people before, but there was nothing like Street Fighter 2. There was nothing with the language of like a quarter circle and a punch, where like every character's moves felt like cheat codes when that game first came out. It's like, what is happening here? And there were so many different things, different secrets in there, and it's like, and you had to practice. You had to get good at this game to even be able to hold a candle to somebody else. And you could practice and practice and practice, and then some guy would come and just like punch you in the face because you didn't know how to deal with that. And so you had to learn how to deal with other people. And then in addition to like all of the mechanical stuff is just the richness of how this game is presented. Every character has this stage with this detailed background, with these people going back and forth and cheering and all this animation and chickens and snakes and all kinds of stuff back there. You have these iconic theme songs that are in there, and all of it, again, it built up to something that almost every fighter after it owes something to Street Fighter 2. Even if it's not obvious, it's taking something from Street Fighter 2, and whether it's just like in the way things are set up, or in the way that you do special moves, or just the concept of that fighting scene, and trying to achieve things like balance and variety, and blocking and throws, and how you handle all of these different things, that it just become these common elements of fighting games that Street Fighter 2 really brought to the mix. And it wasn't it also wasn't afraid of a platform, which is why the version thing is weird to me, because it's like it was a great arcade game and it was a great Super Nintendo game, it was a great Genesis game. It was something that transcended all of these things, so that like you could get into this, you could get into Street Fighter 2 pretty much, no matter what kind of person you are, and and then it was just everywhere. Like you could just go to a pizza place, like, okay, drop some quarters in, there's Street Fighter 2, go to a flea market, there's Street Fighter 2 there next to, a bunch of like old lamps and clocks. It's like Street Fighter 2 is this ubiquitous thing, and you can play it and you can still get so much out of it today. And I don't know where I'm at, but visual aids time.
Oh boy. Oh my
god. Hadouken!
Wow.
Sonic boom! Yeah. And then Blanca, I don't know, but Tiger me!
Oh my
Not fair at all. Yeah. Is that promoting the new the Switch version where you'll be able to do all that?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
See, this is the thing. We're gonna keep escalating on these things.
Okay, before we get into questions, I just want to ask for a ruling. Do we not care about console? Is that not an issue?
We do. I think Blood should pick a particular version.
Yeah. And what about arcade version?
It sounded like he was talking about the arcade version.
A particular arcade version.
I think you have to pick particular one for the sake of
Quarter
nominating.
I don't think that necessarily makes sense, though.
I hear you. Let's just say Super Street Fighter 2.
Why? There's multiple versions of it.
Championship edition.
But I mean, I think Street Fighter 2 covers it.
Rainbow.
You're not putting a SKU on a shelf. You're saying Street Fighter 2.
I mean, in Blood's defense, like, who's gonna bring Street Fighter 2 Alpha or something? It's like, who's gonna come at us with a Hall of Greats?
Well,
of like
but Alpha sort of is. That is a different game, though.
Someday we're going to frame the box art of each of the games that gets into the Hall of Greats.
Right.
What would we frame for Street Fighter?
Chun-Li kicking Blanca.
Yeah, I mean, does the Super Nintendo box art pretty much the same that's on the cabinet? I can't remember what the
They're actually way different.
It's different. It's different than the Genesis one.
Yeah.
Okay, it's whatever. Okay.
Yeah, just good art.
Questions?
Yeah, questions can be
okay, so you brought up the Genesis version of that game. What's good about that version? When there's not enough buttons on it, so you have to push start to change between punch and kick. It ruins the entire flow.
It does? Okay.
Yes. I had it.
I don't know about Genesis version.
Gotcha.
It's a great game. It's a bad version.
But
Sega Genesis had joysticks with 6-button, 8-button.
There are.
So you need extra things to enjoy that game?
There was a 6-button Genesis controller.
You need extra things to enjoy that game on its own?
I mean...
Not if you had a 6-button Genesis.
Yeah.
It's an extra thing.
Not necessarily.
You gotta buy it, dude.
But you could still even I mean, you still get the spirit of that game. I mean, it's not.
You get
the best version.
Is it the best fighting game? Is this the greatest fighting game?
Yes.
Wow.
Okay. Okay, Plan B. Here we go. Plan B.
Can you play the arcade cabinet against the computer? Do you have to play 1v1 or can
you can play against
the computer.
I don't think they hit your
You have the boss characters.
I'm opening up the ridicule here. I know the response that's coming. I'm waiting for it. But Street Fighter 2 was tough when I was a kid. I tried it and it was like, I got it for Super Nintendo. It was like, I can't get very far in this game. So it's not like there are many different ways I can play this game. I can only play this game fighting against other people. It's not a thing I'm good at. So I therefore did not get into Street Fighter. Is it okay to have that kind of, I mean, it is a classic, but is that a negative? Just this kind of barrier to entry that there isn't, because you said like, oh, it's a game for everybody. Anybody can get to Street Fighter 2. And I disagree with that.
That's not true.
Well, I mean, I'm not very good against anyone in this room, but I still enjoy quite a bit of Street Fighter 2 in my time.
Did you finish it? Did you beat Bison and like?
Oh yeah, single player, yeah, for sure.
Never did. Never could.
Wow.
So yeah. So that's on me. But that would be was a
But
personal hit.
even
That's
then,
why I didn't grow
even
up
then, you could still
adoring
get
Street
into
Fighter.
it. Like, you don't have to be good at games
Jones
to
could
get
beat
into them.
any of the other games that we're nominating tonight. Any other of the other 9
Well,
games we're
my
nominating
argument
tonight.
is necessarily beat, but
Yeah.
get in and do something else. You
Yeah.
know, get in and experience in some way. Like you don't have to beat Mario 64 to enjoy it. You can
Mhm.
experience a lot of that game without getting to its hardest parts. Where Street Fighter 2 just kind of bum rushes you with difficulty right
It's a
off the
frustration simulator.
bat. That is the fighting genre for me, but I am
Yeah. Similar.
possibly exclusive in that way. You got Ian's on my team.
Yeah. I mean, to me, it's like a fighting game. So it's like the best fighting game ever made is a fighting game, which I just am bad at. So that's just me, though. So that's not an argument.
What about Street Fighter 3 though?
Which version?
Third Strike.
Oh, the sprite art.
We have better sprite artwork. We have better music. We have better backgrounds. You talked to us about the backgrounds, about people shouting and
Chickens
celebrating
and stuff.
Like it's obviously not the greatest of those. It doesn't have the greatest backdrops. It doesn't have the greatest music.
But
Is
it's but it's still it's building off of everything that Street Fighter 2 has already done.
Mm-hmm.
Kyle, you not heard of Guile's theme?
Yeah, like, I don't see how like I don't see how you're gonna have a fight on the music. Every song in Street Fighter 2 is classic.
I did like Alpha, yeah. 3.
Ben, surely there's got to
Yeah,
be
Ben,
something.
surely.
Gotta
He
save us.
presented it last
Devil's
time.
advocate there.
Why are the inputs so hard?
He's stealing your thunder here, man. Come on.
Why is Shoryuken
No,
so
he's fighting
hard?
my fight.
Why is Shoryuken
Why is Shoryuken
so hard?
why did make Shoryuken motion the most
It's hard.
ridiculous thing?
It's hard.
So accessible.
Forward,
Shoryuken
down.
out
Shoryuken
comes
is
fierce
hard.
jab.
Yeah.
Fierce jabs come
All right.
out.
But that's part of it. That's
Ben's got
part of the
something.
reward of like learning how to do that and do it consistently.
What in the game itself made you care about doing this world tournament? What in the game itself made you care about a particular character outside of what they can do in a fight?
Vega, man, that claw and that mask, like that's a character.
What do you know? What do you know about Vega?
It's an
What the
outfit.
game told you.
What country does he come
Vega, he's like a kind of a flamenco kind of crazy fighter. He's got the rows. You've got this cage that he uses, and he fights like no one else because of that cage, where he can climb up on it and just come down at you from the sky.
These are all things, Damiani. Bloodworth. What about the man?
And that is also time.
Oh.
Go home and be a family man.
Well done, Blood. Well defended.
All right, getting down to the wire.
It's not easy.
You didn't talk enough about Ryu and Ken.
The sun.
Oh,
Ben.
Ben Mo.
There we go. I was like, who's that?
Oh, it is videos. Like,
Will a Japanese game reveal itself? What RPG? I smell a curveball. I smell like Unreal Tournament or something.
Yeah, Ben's
coming
ready
out
to
of
fight.
nowhere.
No. All right. Before we start time, I do have to say something. I said publicly several times that it was going to be Xenoblade Chronicles, and I do intend to fight for Xenoblade Chronicles at some point.
The mystery.
But here's why I'm not doing Xenoblade Chronicles today.
Okay.
It's because I haven't finished it, and I want every bullet in the chamber when I choose to fire that gun.
Got it.
Amazing phrase.
I want it to be bulletproof.
That's a beautiful turn of phrase.
I can't wait for the message in Slack, just like click, click.
I'm sending that to only you. Private message. Click, click. Yeah, I'm ready with. Oh, do you have the visual aids pulled up?
I have them up. What do you want me to start with?
Start with the pictures, because I'm gonna call in specific ones, and you're gonna be able to.
Okay.
All right, ready when you are.
Go.
Okay. I realize that I have an uphill battle with this game because I feel like not a lot of the allies have played it, not a lot of people have played it, but to me, it is a game that still rolls around in my head, and that is a strategy game. And it is a strategy game that made me think about things that I didn't expect a game with an anime aesthetic or choosing units and leveling them up to make me think about, and that is Valkyria Chronicles. And there are 3 things about Valkyria Chronicles, why I think it is an exceptional game, why I think everyone should play it. And first I want to talk about the story. So, like many, many, many other video games, Valkyria Chronicles takes place during a time of war. There are forces fighting against each other. You're fighting an empire. This is a common thing. In fact, a lot of video games have talked about the impact of war and violence and how hard it is on people. And so if Valkyria Chronicles stopped there, I would not be nominating it for the Hall of Greats. But Valkyria Chronicles goes 3 steps farther, and I want to highlight all 3 of those things. The first is that it talks about how war marginalizes people who are already marginalized. There's a race called the Dark Sin, and they've been blamed for an ancient tragedy. And in war, because people are under so much stress, this character, your sister, is basically spit on by her other comrades. And all she does, day in, day out, her name is Isara, is she works. And that work is often responded with just nothing but contempt. And she has to put in 10 times the amount of effort as everyone else in order to get the recognition that she deserves. Another character that I want to talk about is Welkin. And Welkin is somebody who's desperately, he's in command, he's leading the charge, and he's desperately trying to cling to the positive aspects of life. He's trying to find the good in things. And it reminded me how hard it is when you're in a time of crisis to stay optimistic, how easy it is to find something to blame, something to hate. But he doesn't do that. He rises above that and finds genuine ways to stay true to himself and to stay true to the people he cares about. The third and final thing is I want to talk about the relationship between Welkin and Alicia. I feel like in a lot of games, relationships just sort of happen. Characters end up together to just make them more interesting. But in Valkyria Chronicles, the relationship between Welkin and Alicia feels real because it's so well developed. They don't talk about being physically attracted to each other. They talk about learning all of the weird quirks about themselves. It takes them forever to finally fall in love, to finally have that moment where they get to be together, and the war brings them closer together. But when it happens, it isn't some overblown melodramatic thing. That moment it happens, the moment when they get together, you believe it because the game spent so much time pushing you there. Now I have to move on, and I want to talk about why, from a gameplay perspective, this is an excellent strategy game. A lot of strategy games, you're clicking a unit, you're sending them over to a point, you might watch an animation play out as they fight each other. Here in Valkyria Chronicles, you actually feel like you're fighting. You aim a gun at somebody, you pull the trigger, you drive a tank, you actually have to move it forward, crushing barriers along the way, blowing people up. That extra step on top of the excellent strategy makes you more engaged in the battles. Secondly, a lot of strategy games, for whatever reason, don't want to get too creative with their mission designs. But in Valkyria Chronicles, you have to plant bombs on a train. You have to throw smoke grenades to avoid turret fire from all of these different machine guns. Every single mission, there's something intense going on. It pushes you in a different direction than you expect to be pushed. And the last thing that I want to talk about, I haven't used my fucking visual aids at all. Sorry. I got too wrapped up. Sorry. I got too wrapped up in what I was saying. All right. The third and final thing is I want to talk about how this game looks and why that's so important. You could just stop and say, oh, it's just another anime game, but it's not just that. It's canvas style, the way that it looks like it comes from a storybook, that makes it feel like it actually is coming out of the history pages. It wraps it in this sort of historic aesthetic that's very convincing and very appropriate for the tone that it's trying to set. It's like you're actually reading a great war, but it's come to life. That F-bomb was inappropriate.
It was a beautiful piece of passion. Did we get him in? Did we get
It's passion.
He was putting him up. Yeah,
Yeah,
Damiani
I got
for
the
chat.
video
Okay.
finished with it being colored in at the beginning.
Damiani, if you put those in at all, thank you. I had like specific moments.
And also I was like, and
yeah.
so I was like, I don't know where to show this.
I think all you need to do, can you just put Largo up there? He just looks awesome.
No,
yeah.
wait,
Okay, all right, sorry.
Hey, Ben, I've got a question. What's Largo look like?
There you go. So Largo is.
Yeah.
I actually do want to see Largo too over here.
Yeah. Questions?
Yeah.
Yeah, the timer started when I asked.
Nice.
Kyle,
go,
yeah.
dude.
That's
Can
a Ben
you
Huber character.
bring up
That's a
your
Ben Huber.
story with this game? I believe you told me one time. That was an interesting story about the balancing of it.
So I had to quit this game because I got to a point where I was up against a tank boss that could only be defeated by a specific class of a certain level. And so because I was at that point in the game without rocket launchers who were leveled up high, I could not progress. There was no way to beat it with the current squad I had. Nothing up to that point warned me, suggested that I should be leveling up my rocket guys. And I was stuck. Had to quit it. Hard out. Whoa.
Is the question, what do you think of that?
Is there a question there?
I just told me to tell a story.
Yeah, like, what do you think of, like, that the abilities in the game for that to happen? Is there a way to go around it? Because I can't, it's been a while since I've played it, so I'm genuinely curious.
So I remember that fight very specifically. I think it's a pretty infamous fight in that game. And it's definitely a huge difficulty spike. It is the hardest thing. That tank boss that you're referring to is the hardest thing the game throws at you at that point. And I had to retry it several times. And I remember being frustrated. But what I loved about that mission that I hadn't experienced in the missions prior is there was no quick way to get through that for me. I had to just eke my units forward, and sometimes you get to a point with strategy games where you're like, okay, when I get to this point, this is when it'll matter. I can just kind of move around and get to that general area. In that fight, from turn 1 to the very last turn, I was thinking about every single step I took, and that extra intensity made it even better for me.
My question was it actually, can you actually beat that level in his scenario that he was in?
So there are a couple of ways that you can do it. But probably the most common way is just there are skirmishes that you can do. So if you are feeling behind, the game gives you optional battles that allow you to buff up your units if you feel like that's necessary.
Excellent.
Chad also says you can climb ladders on the tank.
Yes.
Yeah, you can.
Thank you.
That big desert tank has ladders
Yes.
on it? Okay.
Sorry, I wasn't tagging. I just generally didn't know.
Well, anyway, I got questions because these were directed at me back in the day.
Yeah, okay.
Yes, I would make these points.
Let's do it.
So I'll side with you and say, like, I do totally believe in this game, how it depicts war and its version of interpreting World War II events and presenting them into this story. Like, I personally liked it. Every single person would always point out that's cool, but like it just takes me out of the game personally. I'm quoting other people. When I pull that trigger and my character turns towards the camera, does the "Yay! I just killed somebody" animation every time. Like they celebrate killing people like it's a fun, rewarding thing. Like
And you get a big ol' A. Here's your S grade for murder today.
Murder is hard.
That's rating you on your tactical skills and like if you're
playing both sides.
Mine's about immersion here. My question's about immersion.
War, but it's also saying, look, how fun is war? Here's your S grade.
Sure. I think that's a very fair criticism. I have a response to that.
Okay.
So I think sometimes there's this misconception that if we talk about serious subjects, every element of the game has to be serious, and I don't believe that. I think games can talk about something articulately while also doing fantastical elements. I mean, in Valkyria Chronicles, it's not just a war. You have these superhuman beings that are shooting blue laser beams and all of this stuff. It is ridiculous. It is comic booky at points. There are characters that have catchphrases that they say. But I don't think having that stuff necessarily detracts from the message itself. In fact, I would argue that it even emphasizes it because the way that it uses those different tones when it decides to go in, it's like a punch to the gut. You feel it that much more. You're not expecting it. It catches you off guard.
Ben, how are you so good at speaking?
I like this
you
game
don't have to
a lot.
spend time to answer.
How do you get so good at speaking? Spends 10 seconds.
Yeah.
All part of the plan.
Ben, these levels look real long. They just seem so. It's like what, 30 minutes per level?
No way.
No.
No. In fact, the rating system, which is the weakest aspect of the game, the single biggest thing it factors is speed. Okay. And so if you want to get the best rating, you want to get the biggest reward, you can get through in just a few minutes.
All right, there we go.
But I thought it was based on
questions.
turns, not time.
Turns turns, but I mean like how the lowest number of turns.
You can spend, but you can spend forever on a
okay,
turn.
that's a good clarification. I
Yeah.
meant turns, take the lowest number of turns possible.
Wait, was that time?
Time's up.
Really?
Why, do you have more stuff?
Oh, it was a guy about the balance of the classes.
You gotta get them in, Damiani. You gotta get those in. You gotta get them in before all my joke questions.
Yeah, way to waste them. Yeah, filibustering.
Sorry.
There are two cards there.
Oh, one of them is Damiani.
Oh, one of them's Damiani.
Yeah, it's you.
Oh my gosh.
Oh.
Alright.
I need to send it.
Good luck, Ian. Take the edge off, man.
Here are the two cards that you didn't get to see.
That's good.
Damiani was last, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Did a good job.
Ian was the next person.
It's a good game.
0 votes.
No, it's...
Oh boy, I'm nervous. Who's in the bathroom?
Huber.
Okay. Alright.
Welcome.
I'm going on you, baby.
Get on the couch. Fill up that couch.
Fill it out. Get comfortable.
Alright, Damiani. Oh. Alright.
Damn.
I can't see anything on this side of myself because of my ridiculous haircut.
Yeah, you're not supposed
How can you judge games with that ridiculous haircut?
Oh, I
Blocking
don't
your
know.
view?
I don't think you're qualified.
It ruins my opinions
You
too.
one-eyed gamer, you.
I know. I just go like this. Alright. You probably saw this one coming. Symphony of the Night, baby. Symphony of the Night! Point number 1. I made this little thing and I folded it up.
Oh.
Nice.
Point number 1. Sprite art. Kyle talked about this and I completely agree. This game looks beautiful. It looked beautiful when it came out. It looks beautiful right now. It'll look beautiful 100 years from now. They made a choice. They executed it very, very well. It's one of the most beautiful games I've ever seen. I love it. I love the art style. And not only is it just top quality sprite art, but the choices that they made are very interesting and cool. I really like the parallaxing that they do. The backgrounds are very detailed and interesting without distracting from the gameplay. You don't disappear against it, you know, but it all looks just as detailed as you do, which I think is really impressive. Yeah, the sprite art and the animations are phenomenal. So that's point number 1. Point number 2, the music. I couldn't play it. My visual aid was gonna be just playing the music and then dropping the mic and leaving, but Bossman said we'd get muted. So this game has phenomenal soundtrack. It's amazing. Just listen to it. You can just sit and listen to it. All right. And something for me that I like a lot in Symphony of the Night, why it's my favorite Castlevania game up to that point. I mean, it's my favorite of all of them, but you know, the Game Boy ones later had this too. But I like all the items. I like exploring, finding new weapons, earning new weapons, finding your favorite weapon, because some of them are, you know, pretty different. Like the reach is different, or with like the Chrysogrim, or Chrysagrim, however you want to say it. Like you can walk while attacking, and it adds a lot of depth and strategy to it that I like. And I like the whip too, don't get me wrong, but like just that adds so much. And the fact that when you find new armor, it changes the way you look. Oh man. And like the color change cape that you can get and pick your own color. Oh, it's so cool. My next point is the map. This map is legendary. I mean, there's a reason that there's a whole kind of subgenre of games called Metroidvania games, but like, you know, this one I think puts many of them to shame. Just the interconnectedness, the explorability of it, the way that you I like that you reveal parts of the map that you go to, but you can also find or buy maps that extend, and then it shows you something, and then you see this little thing in the corner and you're like, what is that? And going back and you're trying to find a certain thing, you don't know where you're supposed to go, and you have to look at the map and study it, and it's like part of the experience to be like, okay, so I've been over here, I need to go over there because I haven't unlocked that yet. Or you get to a point where you have a new item and you're like, okay, and then you look at the map and you say, yes, that weird room up there, that little square that is gray right now is where I need to go. And I just think that that's an incredible, incredible thing. My next point is the sprite art. Come on! The sprite art is so good. And then the ultimate point, ultimate point, Inverted Castle, baby. This game is twice the game you think it is. Not only is it one of the most epic and amazing twists
in video game history, it's really cool and it's good. It doesn't feel like a gimmick. Like they didn't just flip the castle upside down and say it's weird and cool now. I mean, it is weird and cool now, but they added traps to things. They added a bunch of new enemies. The items are all different. It's way harder. I mean, this isn't an overly difficult game always. There are some little spikes here and there, but like the whole experience is just so enjoyable and so artfully crafted and so tight. The controls are very good. And the fact that earning the inverted castle, it's not just kind of handed to you. You've got to get the holy glasses. You've got to find all that stuff. You've got to fight Shaft. You've got to kill the little orb instead of getting Richard. You know, you have to do all this stuff. And it feels like you really do it and you earn it. And back in the day, I mean, nostalgia, whatever, but like figuring that stuff out before you could Google it or whatever, like felt monumental. And oh man, when that castle comes down out of the sky, you're just like, what is this? What's happening? Also, Maria, come on, she's the best. Symphony of the Night.
Ian, this game has some of the worst dialogue I've ever heard in my entire life. Not only that, but it starts right off the bat. Like when you're like I want to Symphony of the Night, let's do it. The first thing you are introduced to in this game is an awful script and really bad acting.
Yeah, I mean
What do you think about that?
Well, the famous line, like, "What is a man? A miserable pile of secrets," is actually a quote from some French. I don't know what it is, but it's like a quote from some French like literature thing, which I didn't know at first. It's interesting, just interesting. I mean, I think that it's admirable that this game was trying to have voice acting at all. I mean, I think the PlayStation, the CD, allowed it to have different way of doing music. And, you know, trying to do voice acting at all, I mean, I would say the recording quality is not great on the audio either for the speaking.
Yes.
But I just think that at the time, it's admirable that it has voice acting at all. But yeah, I mean, I would agree that the voice acting isn't top par, and like the script is clunky, but it's not. I don't think it's like terrible. If you look at the overarching story, I actually quite enjoy it because I mean, it's my kind of storytelling where it's more simple. Like, it's not super like out front. You know, it's kind of takes a back seat.
You're letting him filibuster.
Wait. What storytelling does it do that's not in the script through the levels and stuff?
Just the castle itself feels very like a character to me. Like, as you explore the castle, it feels like a very interesting place.
So, like Metroid? That they did before?
Yeah. I mean, like...
But don't you feel that there are parts of the castle that feel sort of cobbled together, that they don't really connect in logical ways at points?
I mean, that's kind of part of the mythos of the Castlevania itself, is that it's like this weird, interdimensional kind of like weird cobbled together thing. So to me, that's part of it. But I mean, like, kind of to address what you were saying.
Seems convenient.
I mean,
very.
It's in the story of the vampire story's got magic in it.
I got someone. The dashing, the back dash, like it's so much faster than just normal movement. So it's like why? It's like I just have to dash through the entire game as opposed to like just walking normally. Like the dash should be slower than walking normally. It makes no sense. Like, why?
Do you want to look
dash is fast.
Do you want to look cool or not?
Like just having to mash dash is so annoying and repetitive. Like
then don't do it.
It's cool. It feels good.
I think we need a visual
like,
representation.
If I'm going through the game fast, walking slower.
No,
then deal with it.
Yeah, I've beaten this game like many times.
Double tap and
if
dash.
There's no penalty to
You can double tap.
I think that's fair. That was an unintended. That was no one would argue that it was intended for people to play through the game dashing backwards.
It's all right.
Yeah, that's an oversight.
Yeah,
I mean,
that was an oversight.
Even if it wasn't an oversight, they were probably just like speedrunners will probably dash through this whole thing, and they're like, that's fine.
I believe the script is also not meant to be cheesy or campy. I believe Igarashi said when he heard the translation of the original or of our English version, he was like blown away that it was like
pretty angry,
bad like that. Yeah, it's not supposed to be campy.
It's a translation problem more than anything.
I also find it interesting, Ian. This is a favorite game of yours. When when I did the Castlevania Retro, I went back and played a lot of the Castlevania games that led up to this. Like Rondo of Blood is one of the most difficult games I've ever played in my entire life. I couldn't, if I had to like save my life to beat Rondo of Blood, I couldn't do it. Where you have this game, which has challenge to it. You can challenge yourself within the world of Symphony of the Night.
Yeah.
You can also just level yourself up way past any difficulty and just kind of breeze through it.
Yeah.
Which surprises me that you, as a fan of Souls and Bloodborne, the game you said previously, that the challenge is not something you feel this game needs.
I mean, the difficulty in Souls and Bloodborne isn't the thing I love about those games. It's just the quality of the design. And this is a well-designed game. Like any game, I mean, you could Final Fantasy Tactics, you can overpower a calculator and just roll the entire game. Like, that's you doing that, you know. Like,
and it's why that's a bad game.
It's not one of the greats.
That's why it's not one of the greats.
But yeah, I mean, trying to get the Crusagram, for example, like, I would just go in and out of the room trying to farm that item, you know, and you get super leveled. But, like, that's because I'm choosing to do that. I want to get that drop, you know, and, like, that doesn't bother me,
Ian.
personally.
So, what happens
last
to
question,
what happens to a person who walks in, beats Dracula, gets ending credits, and, hey, I'm done with the game. Cool game.
But 10 years later,
but
their friend says, hey, the inverted castle is awesome, and then they're like, what's the inverted castle? And they go, oh yeah, there's a second half of that game. And then it blows their mind.
Probably.
And they go back and do it, because it's the greatest thing ever.
But what if they had no indication it was going to happen? And
then they still got to play half of an amazing game.
They're like, wow, I didn't. How was I supposed to know that?
That's the thing.
Too cryptic.
The beauty of a cryptic thing is that it's cryptic and hidden. If it was
Did I have to go on
easy,
Game Pass and look it up?
All right.
if it was easy, that would be
That's it.
special.
That's it.
Good job, everybody.
Hall of Greats Part 2. There it is.
Yeah, the game.
I have a
Oh,
question.
man.
Should we actually have Damiani count it and put graphics up on the screen as we go through them?
Sure.
That'll
So,
slow it down.
like, have each game, and so, like, we have the titles, and then Damiani puts the total next to each game.
Okay, so
We have to keep our eyes closed for a long
I
time.
still want to get banned.
huh?
Still want to get banned.
Over here and tell me
Which one?
Okay, so everyone, right now we've made a case for each of our games.
I think we can very much vote for our own game.
You
Because
can
we're going to
totally
vote for
vote for
3
your-
different
Oh, yeah,
things.
yeah,
So.
Yeah, you have a 1-point vote, a 2-point vote, and a 3-point vote.
Maybe
You
you
should only be able to vote one
Our first
for your
speaker
game.
was Michael Huber.
And it was.
Oh, that was
Quest
Dragon Quest 8.
Dragon Quest 8. Sorry.
Because I mean, you know, not to use myself as a positive example and be smug about it, but like, I came in the last one with GoldenEye. GoldenEye did not receive my high vote. Like,
Yeah.
somebody came in here and said Metal Gear Solid, and I said touche.
Yeah.
3 points. You know,
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
so I
exactly.
did not. You know, where I think it is up to you whether the game that anybody brought.
The games that you truly believe are great.
Like if I know Brad was gonna play Dirty Pool and break Super Mario 64, you know, I maybe
Dirty
would've
Pool.
We all understood that 64
I
was
played by the
allowed.
rules. I confirmed with the.
changed. Just you know,
the ref.
just gonna lowball it. You know, then
It wasn't
okay.
my fault.
Second game was
You brought
SimCity
WoW, dude.
SimCity, which one?
4.
Wow,
Just
it's
saying.
like obvious trash.
Yeah, but is Rob gonna win this? I don't know.
No.
I've heavy doubts right now.
No
But
votes.
for that excellent game that
Received
everyone should vote for.
no votes.
When PvP first started,
Or what's next?
met on the
Next was
the
World of
hills of
Warcraft.
Arathi.
Yeah, who was
The
next?
Horde and the
Yeah, yeah.
Alliance.
It was Jones who did World of Warcraft.
Games on this list.
So good. The blood spilled in the hills of Arathi.
I don't know.
They created the
Hold on.
PvP
Do you all
mode.
have your votes decided already?
No.
I'm trying to.
No, I need to
Can
hear
we
the
go
list.
through it all one more
Yeah.
time? Can
Yeah.
Damiani
Once
rattle
once
them
he's
off?
got
the
him,
thing,
vote,
wait.
he
I'm
will.
rattling to Damiani.
Yeah, we're doing it. Blood's on it.
Okay.
Next was.
Next was Legend of Zelda: Link's Awakening DX.
Oh, you took notes because you're Bloodworth. That makes sense.
Sorry, Don. You had a question.
No,
If you wanted to give this 2
it's-
points,
so
but
good.
after the vote.
It's hard voting. No, not that. It's hard voting with your own. Last time it was easy because I was like, oh, clearly I like that game, and this game.
Yeah.
But now I'm like, I kind of feel like mine might be the 2-pointer, but I don't want to vote 2 for my own game.
That's-
Kind of make
do
it
it.
feel
Mario
guilty.
64.
Can we just make a rule that we can only vote 1 for our game, or no? Doesn't
No.
that seem more
So
fair?
you can absolutely vote 3. Sorry, for your game to get excluded, it has to get a point from anyone else. 1 point from anyone else. If you give your game 3
Alright.
and you're the only person to give it any points, it still
Street Fighter
gets
2.
disqualified.
Oh yeah, I know that. You just
Okay.
But
Yeah, you can give
personally,
your
you
own.
gotta feel bad about giving your game more than 1 point, right?
No, man.
No.
If you feel it's one of the best games, especially once we
Yeah.
get into like Hall of Greats Part 25,
Yeah.
we're gonna get into some real wacky games.
Yeah.
Absolutely, you can give your own game a 3.
Okay.
Okay.
Then Valkyria Chronicles.
Whichever game receives the most points wins.
We also have a lot of
The
presents.
The 2 slots. Yeah, we got a
Settle
lot
it.
of presents.
We're gonna be doing about a half an hour present opening.
Hey, that turned out
So
perfect.
buckle up. No, it's great.
Yeah.
Well, if we had one more,
This will take longer than 10.
if we hadn't doubled down on 64, we would have been doing Damiani's now.
Oh my god, I'm so sorry about that.
It's all good.
Sorry, Kyle.
It happens.
It's a
And
little
then
weird.
Castlevania Symphony of the Night.
That was all of them already?
Yep. Kyle, next time you yell at me for making a mistake.
8.
Just don't.
Because
And we'll call
Brad
it
and Damiani
just
have
don't.
right.
Just don't. Perfect. Just don't. So I get a freebie now. I get a free pass.
Oh man.
This is really stressful, by the way. I don't know if that comes across.
Oh yeah, it's super nerve-wracking.
Like, public speaking, whatever, like, this is a little more formulated than we have to do normally.
Yeah.
So that
Much
there's
more.
that, but
Oh,
like, then the fact that we're going to be cross-examined by these guys. Just like, oh my god.
And we got vicious, which was good this time.
Yeah.
Though I think I think it was sincere hatred when it came to Mario 64.
No.
Huber clearly hates the 64 in every game on it.
It's true. Here
It's
we
true.
go.
It's true.
It's damn true.
It's canon.
How often does
It's
Kyle
canon
yell
now.
at Huber for mistakes?
Oh,
It happens like 3 times a stream.
Frequently.
You spilled something on me, you idiot!
You idiot!
That was my muffin!
Here we go. Hashtag Huber hates 64.
We had to
It's
stop
happening.
bringing muffins in here.
I hate Symphony of the Night. That was one.
Yeah.
Love that one.
You hate Final Fantasy Tactics.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
Stupid Ramza.
Yeah.
Stupid Rams.
Stupid deep emotional story.
It's not right we haven't nominated any Final Fantasies yet.
Dumb gorgeous
I
sprites.
thought, didn't you do
I was this
6 last
close
time?
to doing 9.
Huh?
Didn't you bring Final Fantasy 6 last time?
Hell no.
Oh, you did Goldeneye.
Goldeneye, biatch.
Goldeneye, bitch.
The best. Don't hinder the Huber. Oh my god.
Goldeneye didn't get
You're getting
inducted. That's how
ginger
real this
sayings now.
is.
Yeah.
That's the thing. 9 grades.
GoldenEye got 0 votes.
It got 0. Well,
No,
last time,
oh, except
2 people were missing.
that I
last
did.
time?
Yeah.
Me and Huber.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I was on the phone.
Oh.
Yeah, we had
Right.
blood
Right.
video day.
Sorry, someone's moved the message.
Oh,
Okay, alright.
Or maybe just move them all up above the thing.
Okay. Yeah, move.
Because you're gonna need
move
space
the
to
Twitch
put.
alerts up.
Well, no, move
Twitch
the games up because you're gonna have to have space to put numbers by them.
No, they have.
I'm gonna bring it to one of these.
On the inside.
Got some cards about
Okay.
that.
All right.
All right.
I've got some cards about
I should have voted for Ween. I don't know what I was thinking. Ween, one of the greats.
Ween.
Yeah, Ween. Anybody Ween?
Ween? Anybody? Ween?
Ocean man.
So the thing about Bananas and Blow is it really...
Just check it out, my bananas and blow.
So we have to close our eyes when we vote?
Yeah, and
Yeah,
Damiani,
okay.
don't forget to also vote for your own stuff.
Everybody close
We'll have
your
to
eyes.
trust Damiani.
Yeah.
And trust each other.
We'll tally our stuff, but
Wait,
also
I
add
need.
yours on
Yeah,
top
can
of
we
it.
see the list?
Man, so many good
I
games.
need the game.
He's gonna read them out as we
I give a
go.
1 point, a
I
2
want 'em-
point, and a 3 point.
I need them all read aloud.
Yeah, can
one
you
more
read them
time.
out?
In a row.
Alright.
Just
Dragon
got
Quest
Dragon Quest.
8.
Okay.
SimCity 4. World of Warcraft. Super Mario 64. Link's Awakening DX. Street Fighter 2. Valkyria Chronicles. And Symphony of the Night.
Okay.
Hot damn.
Don't
Rough.
forget Symphony of the Night's down there, boys. Don't
Don't
spend
spend
all
all
your
your points early.
Don't
Yeah.
spend all your 3s right up front. Is all I'm saying. Save some.
One sec.
One more time. One more time.
One more time.
Oh, come on.
Dragon Quest 8.
Journey of the Cursed King.
Okay, let's go.
Full title.
I'll try. Yeah, I didn't put all the full titles here, but I'll try to read. SimCity 4.
Deluxe edition.
Deluxe Edition. World of Warcraft. Various expansion titles also.
Right. Ugh.
Super Mario 64. Just Super Mario 64. The Legend of Zelda. Link's Awakening DX. Street Fighter 2. The World Warrior.
Yeah.
Valkyria Chronicles. And Castlevania. Symphony of the Night.
Woof.
Woof. Let's go out this night for pleasure.
I'm scared.
Hall of Greats, the greatest video games of all time.
Yep. As determined by the 9 of us.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, it's official.
In this room.
Yeah.
The greatest games.
That means a lot to me, Jones. That still means a lot to me.
As real as it gets.
He's got the hood down over his eyes. That's how you can tell.
Yeah.
That it's
GTA.
emotional.
Are you ready, Damiani?
Alright. I've signed my points already, so I don't.
Ah.
I'm counting.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Well done.
Okay.
Very
I like
smart.
it.
That's a
I
good
like
idea.
it. All
Very
right.
smart.
Rattle
Okay.
them off. Everybody,
All right.
eyes closed.
Eyes closed.
Eyes
closed.
Alright, ready?
All right, so keep them up until Damiani says good.
Okay.
I need 10 more seconds. I need 10 more
real
seconds.
quick-
Yeah, I need 30.
I need 30.
I need
30 seconds.
Come on.
Really hard right now.
Come on.
I need one question, Kyle. Answer.
Yes.
When I tally these up, should I add those on stream live for chat to see, or wait till the end? Should I go as you each vote?
I say add them live.
Oh,
Put them on live.
But like, don't tell us live.
Yeah.
No, I'm not gonna tell you, but
Yeah,
just
you
chat.
will have to
No.
ignore chat. Don't look
Yeah,
at
yeah.
chat.
We're
Our
not-
eyes
well,
are
eyes
shut
closed,
this
baby.
whole time.
Yeah.
All right.
We're
We
missing all
cannot
of
open our eyes from
I
this
will then-
moment
okay,
until
then
we're
I will
done.
update them live
Awesome.
on here. I will not say any
Yep.
words though.
All right, nobody peeks at chat.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Tell me when you all are ready.
I'm ready.
Let's go. Ready.
Don, are you ready?
Don, are you ready?
You gotta be, baby.
All right.
Okay.
Dragon Quest VIII. Sim City 4.
Wait, is it important that we need to note who, if anyone else voted for it?
You're not noting that?
We'll-
Close your eyes and vote for stuff.
That'll happen later. That'll happen later.
World
You better have a
of
good memory.
Warcraft. Super Mario 64. Real quick before I go on the next one, put up World of Warcraft again. Who voted for World of Warcraft? Okay, thank you. Next up, Link's Awakening DX. All right. Street Fighter 2. One sec. Keep them up. Okay. Sorry, someone was turned in a way I couldn't tell if they had one or two up.
Damn it.
Did that one get any votes down here?
Everybody, make your numbers face Damiani.
Sorry, it's a little. Okay. Valkyria Chronicles. Castlevania Symphony of the Night. Do not open your eyes yet.
Damiani, can you take chat off of that monitor?
So I'm going to take chat off that monitor
Yeah.
in just a second. Don't look yet. Chat, I'm asking you now. You see the numbers? Chat, if you saw anything that was wrong, say it now in chat. I will see it. I will take a look at that. Don't look yet. I'm trying to kill this window. Alright, it is cool to look now.
Okay. I trust your math, Damiani.
So chat.
Oh, yeah, don't look on that one. Turn that on.
Jeez.
I mean,
We don't know how to turn
Get
it
that out of my sight. Whew. Man,
Alright.
my heart.
2 new grades.
Huber's gone to the bathroom.
Alright, there's one tiny discrepancy that's not going to change anything. So I'm adjusting that one score now.
Okay.
It was 1 point short. That's what I thought. I thought I missed somebody, but when I asked again, one might not have voted. But alright.
Oh yeah, they should mathematically add up to a specific number, right? Unless.
Yeah.
It's too advanced.
Should be 54 total.
Whoa.
Math.
Math.
It does matter. There's so the spoiler. There were three that are close.
Oh
The
no.
others are way behind.
Read them in order.
So
So
okay.
start at the bottom.
Lowest
start-
to highest.
I'm gonna start at the bottom.
Okay.
Coming in with just one. No games got 0 votes, by the way.
Nice.
Yeah.
Wait, so are you going to read off the third place?
We're gonna read off the
No,
worst.
he's reading off
So from
ninth.
worst to best.
Ah.
Or eighth, I guess.
So there is a tie for dead last, with Valkyria Chronicles and SimCity 4 getting 1 vote.
I voted for Valkyria and I've never even played it.
Oh, did you?
His persuasion was very good.
You
It was
kept it
very
alive.
well articulated.
I liked his
I
presentation.
just didn't want it to get banned.
Okay,
That's all I
chat is saying that this other game only had 1 vote, which is what I thought, but World of Warcraft also only had 1 vote. Wow. I thought it had 2.
Okay.
It only got 1.
Where'd that point come from?
I thought Brad put up a finger as I was.
I did it, then you didn't count it at first, so then I...
You changed your vote?
He didn't count it at first.
Oh, how do you know that?
Because he moved on as I was putting it up.
Oh.
But then he redid it. He redid it. He fixed it.
Yeah.
Don't even get mad at me, mister, putting game on that list twice.
Kyle's gonna put the system on trial.
He double-checked
Doesn't
it.
change anything.
He double-checked it.
Well, it changes big thing. It changes if World of Warcraft is banned for a year.
No,
or
it's
not.
not.
No, it got a vote.
It got 1.
From who?
It got 1 or 2.
Mr. Brandon Jones.
Yeah, then if Jones voted for it, Jones presented it.
Oh, it's banned. Thank God.
I gotta try this.
Everybody, fireworks.
So wait a minute.
Amazing.
I'm not complaining. I just want to understand.
Taking the edge
Brad
out. Who wants to
changed his
fireworks?
vote.
Pop rocks.
Really good.
Brad did vote for World of Warcraft.
He didn't count it, so we redid it, and I was like, okay, I don't want to do it.
Oh my god.
So you changed your mind because
I said-
Damiani
he had-
messed
so
up?
Brad did not
He put it up
his
last
hand yet,
second.
And as I turned to read the next one, I started reading it. I saw like corner of my eye, someone did something. I finished reading, and I was like, did someone wanted to vote for it? So then I said it again. I was like, after we voted for Super Mario, I was like, okay, I need you all, be honest, vote for WoW again. And then I asked chat, and chat said originally there were 2 votes for it. So
I see.
I put 2, but then chat, a stream of people in chat said no, it only got 1. So.
Wow.
I mean, if it adds up to 54 with it getting 1, then everything's kosher.
Well, we're kosher now. We know what happened.
Yeah.
Brad changed his vote.
But that also
But it's
Follow the
official.
rules.
So did your 1 go to something else?
Yes.
Okay, all right.
So that means
Everything's
now
fine, Kyle.
that
No, it
WoW
doesn't.
is banned. For
WoW was
a year.
banned for a year and SimCity's banned for a year?
Wait, you voted for it yourself? Valkyria's
Damn.
not banned though, because
Don't
I
even
voted.
make
Not banned.
You
Not banned.
saved it. Saved it.
Saved it for you, Ben.
Right.
Thank you. I just didn't want it to be banned. I'm sure
I'm amazed that you didn't vote for it.
I can't believe WoW was banned for a year.
I can 100% believe that.
It's a
WoW
brutal
was
year.
banned
It's
for a
brutal,
year.
man.
Hubert was going to bring it, and I said, Jones is already doing it. Oh,
And you
man.
didn't vote for it.
And what
I
happened
didn't
with
vote for it.
64?
I don't
Because the
know.
more I was like arguing against it, I
This
was
is-
like, these moments, like, it's hard to recapture those moments in WoW. You know, it's Hall of Greats. It's like a lot of these games you can go back and play and enjoy as they were.
So
And
MMOs
it's
are
like,
always disqualified from Hall of
no,
Greats?
no,
That's
but
that's a
it's
bummer.
the point.
Until they make a good one.
Yeah. Resident Evil Outbreak banned.
Well, yeah,
Can't play
I mean,
it.
we're
I mean,
Why would you ever bring that?
the only reason
Who are
the only
you?
reason I voted for WoW is because I felt there were 3 other games that were more deserving. Like,
That's true.
This is
Yeah.
weird to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, let's find out what those games are.
Like
Yeah.
WoW,
Are you
it just
trying
boggles
to
my mind
curse?
that WoW is banned. It's weird. Kyle rule is weird, but whatever.
Can I just say this is officially the most stressed I've ever been during a live stream?
Stress is
I
too
can't feel the tips
Don't
of my
worry, I'm
fingers.
gonna
I
I'll
can't.
remember a year from
I'm
now,
shaking.
Kyle.
I
I'm gonna get
almost-
like 10 votes to WoW because of this.
I almost was gonna say I was sick. And I was this close. I was like, you guys are sick.
You guys
See
are
ya.
sick.
Okay.
All right. So those were the last place. They all got 1 vote.
Yeah.
Then next.
Feels like a victory.
So next we have a 2-way tie. Dragon Quest VIII and Link's Awakening DX received 5 votes.
You bastard.
I voted!
Whoa, that's a lot.
Come on, man.
That's a huge jump. That's a
I thought it
huge
was
jump.
banned.
I gave it 2 points, man! I gave it 2 points!
I'm banned!
Jesus!
I thought it was banned.
It's my favorite PS2 game. Here am I gonna leave you hanging?
We give you our votes and we get nothing.
All right. So that technically was 4th place.
Yeah.
Wow.
Okay.
Almost a
So
ribbon.
here we go. So that's
Okay.
4. That's
So wait,
that's-
which 2 were
I have a
those?
question. Is there a tie in the top 3?
We'll
there
get
is
there.
Not.
So that means that the next one is out and the 2 others are in. So there's actually high drama in the next reveal.
Oh God.
This is
I know what it's gonna be.
So here we go.
Okay.
Coming in 3rd place with 12 votes. Castlevania Symphony of the Night.
So Mario 64 is in, and what's the other one?
Street
Fighter
Fighter
2.
2.
Boring.
Yeah.
With how
Blood
many
picked it
votes?
up.
How'd they do?
coming
Blood with the
in
alley-oop.
2nd place With 14 votes.
Ooh, close.
Street Fighter 2.
Nice.
And first place with 15 votes.
Whoa.
Super Mario 64.
It earned it. It earned it.
Can't beat that castle, baby.
All right, Big Mac Chap.
So Mario 64 is a better castle than Castlevania.
Yes.
Okay.
I actually gave Castlevania the highest vote, though.
All right.
Whoa, Brad, nice.
I love that
dude.
game.
And here, yeah, my votes, I'll tell you. I gave 3 to Symphony of the Night.
Oh, no.
I gave 2 to Link's Awakening. I gave 1 to Super Mario 64.
Yeah.
Those
Didn't
are
need
my
it.
votes.
Valkyrie Chronicles is the best strategy.
It's alive.
alive. It lives.
If Valkyrie was on there long enough, I'm like, I'm gonna click it to win. So
We'll
get to
get some of these other ones out of the way.
So Kyle, I do have a question.
You fucked me.
Like, we'll need that for the alley oop next.
That's
time.
always. Gonna, I feel like that's always gonna happen though. Like one of the close ones from last time is always gonna be on the next one. Is that? Do we care?
No.
Okay.
We're trying to get the best games of all time on this list.
Just checking.
Yeah. Yeah, so next time Symphony of the Night will do well, most likely. That's how Hall of Fames work.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
So now, currently, in the Easy Allies Hall of Greats...
Hold it up.
Hold what up?
Cartridge, baby.
Oh,
Hold
okay.
the cartridge up.
Mario 64, brand new inductee with Ellis written
on top.
That's a touch from my mom.
Ooh,
It paid off.
Touch.
It paid off.
I never noticed like the cut. It's like Mario like running over a hill with Bowser just like behind him. Look at that.
Yeah, that doesn't happen in the game.
Like hidden behind.
You're not there.
And it looks like
He's
he's
so
not,
nervous. It's like like.
Sure. It doesn't look like he's moving quickly over the hill either. He's just like, oh god.
Lost in flames.
He's like, I can barely climb over this hill.
And Bloodworth is 2 for 2.
Whoa. It was a dirty pick.
And I am
Dirty pick.
It was a dirty
for
pick.
0.
He was going for the win.
Yeah.
Very strategic.
I love it. It was good dirty.
It was unexpected.
The competitor from last time deserved to be in there. I don't know.
I thought it was cool that someone else.
I think it's hurt.
Take that text off.
Oh yeah. We're going to presents now. Oh, those joined Super Metroid and Hall of Greats.
Because when he started at 1 point, and then when he went on to Dragon Quest, I thought it was 2 points. And I knew that I had given it 2 points.
Okay.
So I thought it got 0. So I was like,
just immediate. You're getting up. Like,
You bastards! You bastards!
Don, since SimCity 4 is disqualified for a year, what were the final points you wanted to make?
You know what, Kyle? I felt pretty strongly about those points, but this gap between how far it has to climb, I'm not so sure they're going to make that big of a difference anymore.
I thought it was a great presentation.
I loved it.
Yeah.
I loved it.
yeah, Don.
The 10-minute
It was
presentation.
a cool pick.
It was a cool pick.
Great pick.
Yeah.
Stiff
competition.
We're over time already.
Yeah.
No other ally can bring that. No other.
So I think I have I believe an email in my inbox saying that there was a note or something that needed to happen around one of the gifts we were getting tonight. I have a package here, no note. So I think there might be some context. Do you want me to save that package, or do you just want to take a peek at what's inside and then add the context later?
Do you have the email?
I don't think the note was supplied in the email. I think it was just like, hey, I don't know if that's getting here tonight.
Oh.
But it
I'm
didn't.
so confused.
They sent a note in a package separately.
I got a cool thing in this box. Do you want to show it with no context?
Yeah.
And we'll just put it on a shelf until we have context for it. Because this is something I would want.
If John were to
It's just a
bring
badass Batman right there. Like,
Sick.
It's cute little Batman.
what's the brand? Funko. It's the
Wobblers?
It's the Funko Wobbler Batman. He's got his little batarang. He's looking real serious.
Devoid of note.
Devoid of note. So I
Old
think
school
that
Batman colors.
might be a tournament prize or something. This is definitely not a tournament prize.
Was Funko Land a chain?
Yes, it was.
Yeah.
Okay.
Different spelling.
If y'all were like sad, we didn't have
Space Raiders are back, baby.
There you go.
That was awesome. Let's have the Space Raiders.
There you go.
Damn, Blingo.
We got more.
So many!
Space Raiders.
Baked, not fried.
Jeez, dude. Too many.
Oh, those
Look at this classic packaging, dude.
Just an
How
alien.
hideous is that?
It's like they weighed nothing.
Yeah.
I got a receipt from the.
now go.
Okay.
Yeah, I have a note from the candy
Pop in your mouth. It's so good.
publisher, but Terry's chocolate orange.
Very good.
Oh,
Yeah,
those
you're a
are
fan of that?
good.
Let's crack that open.
Big not Fred.
We got
Remember these
McVitie's
commercials?
Penguins are a 10.
penguin.
They're 10.
Pick up a penguin.
Penguins are
All
bomb.
right, there you go.
Was that an old advertising?
Because he's cold.
Bait not fried.
And we also got some little baby penguins here.
Big not fried.
I want to try baby penguin.
Yeah, what's your
Yeah.
baby?
I'll take a baby.
Little baby.
Everything's
Let's
supposed
go
to, like,
baby. There you go.
supposed to like smash
Look
him
at this, he's on a pogo stick.
Okay, I need a baby penguin.
Yeah.
Look at
Here's
this,
big
he's on a
penguin.
pogo
These are
stick.
big ones.
That's what you're supposed to do.
Oh, we have any,
Not near the mic.
Are we out of
That's away
babies?
from the mic.
Oh, wait,
Right
we go.
here.
These
Oh,
they're the same?
And the way.
Okay.
Dude, this pack. Penguins are my favorite animal.
Dude, this penguin is real strong with the chocolate.
Penguins are the
Oh,
best.
it's like a Tim Tam.
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah.
Oh, smell that.
The penguins.
Man, I like these.
So bomb.
Penguin is good.
Penguin.
I like this note.
Hey, Kyle.
Thank you.
Steins Gate.
Oh.
It is not, but it's a great. But it's great nonetheless. One of the best coming-of-age stories the medium has to offer, and a unique and uber-stylish touch on the mecha genre. Love and respect from Germany. P.S. Yakuza 0 best in the biz.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Yes.
It is not,
Anime.
the note is not
Yakuza
signed.
0.
You guys didn't vote for Yakuza?
Somehow Yakuza 0 gets in without any procedure.
Oh, dude.
What is
yeah.
it? What is it?
Eureka 7!
yeah.
Yeah, hype! Yes.
Good stuff.
Dude, I
Very
tried to
cool.
find my review of the PS2 game, but
Yeah,
it
Eureka
looks
7
like
is
it disappeared
awesome.
off the internet.
So
stuff.
good. I didn't know they made these anymore.
Look at that.
And again,
Art.
yeah, I do
A
not.
lot of ascots.
No names so far.
Look at that mech design.
This is just all I have is the note from Amazon.
Very
So.
good. Get in on one of those,
Everything get in
Damiani.
on this, baby.
Apologies
Made with
for
real
not
orange oil.
referencing anyone
Yeah,
directly.
my
notes
Ogre
so far.
7. Oh, who cut that?
Hey, can you
It was
put that
hilarious.
over
The
there?
cut was hilarious.
Everything Bones does is gold.
Bones.
Bones.
Bounce.
Bones!
Can't see it.
Yeah, you can. It's awesome.
Never seen
Is
it?
it my bounce?
Video games?
Bones? Not that I'm aware of.
What did I get? What score did I get?
That's a
It was
good
low,
question.
guys. I was like a 4
It
or
was
5.
low,
I think.
guys.
You guys, it was low.
But that video was so funny.
Oh, maybe AJ cut it. We had a big thing about trolling games that got like a.
It was way before you and AJ came, though. I was
okay.
going into the building still.
Well, again, I don't have a note here.
There's a box
Oh,
of
no,
tissue.
never mind.
You gotta
Please keep
know.
that.
Oh, hopefully these make good prizes for some event.
Okay.
Enjoy.
No, I've seen
GY Bones.
Here's a line.
Guy Bones, maybe?
Guy Bones.
Guy Bones.
Oh.
I'm not familiar with Guy Bones.
There are
Interesting.
jokes in the back of the Penguins wrappers.
It looks like Cornfan had the note. Yeah, read that.
Oh, okay, Court fan. The note was meant to point out the Space Raiders were to get you 3-3. These penguins can use like Tim Tam, bite both ends, and you can drink through it. Thank you,
Nice.
Court fan.
Oh.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I have a Kingdom Hearts postcard indicating that these are just for whatever.
Mm-hmm.
They're not necessarily for Brad. I don't know.
Is there
Brad
Axel on there, dude?
Brad
Oh,
might
yeah.
want. Oh my
It's a
goodness.
Pokemon.
Oh, never mind.
that's
One of
not
these
for
is
me.
a
Oh, drinkware. That's for you.
Pokemon Center drinkware. I'm assuming is some kind of Pokemon
Mug,
drinking
perhaps?
Have
receptacle.
to save it for a prize.
Yeah, we might
Oh,
have to.
shit.
Did it say prize?
Dude,
It says yeah,
Axel
it says
and
for
Roxas.
save for
fucking
prize.
Axel postcard.
And
Humor
this
soundtrack.
the King Mark soundtrack. There you go.
Oh,
Bullseyed it from
Yeah,
15
bullseye.
feet away.
Yeah,
Kingdom
Kingdom Hearts
soundtrack.
HD 1.5 remix and 2.5 remix
Oh,
original
shit.
soundtracks.
Oh,
Look at that box.
shit.
Whoa.
That's
This is
not
cool.
Big boys.
So you got the
Blood is
Pokemon thing
licking
and that.
his lips.
I'll give that after Brad for sure.
No, those are prizes.
Oh,
Yeah,
prizes.
Those are
Okay.
meant to be a tournament prize for next
I'm
year.
gonna win them. And then throw them in the garbage.
Can I tell
Priority.
Can I tell a joke?
Yeah.
Yes. Get it right up on the mic.
all of these games.
Why can't penguins fly? Because they are chocolate biscuits.
I love it.
No.
What type of pasta do penguins eat?
Oh my goodness.
What are these jokes?
Penguini.
Oh, I support
Got your
it.
beat,
I support it.
Hey, allies. The DVD is for whoever's interested.
Not interested.
Kyle. Oh.
Ooh, it's the original show Power Rangers is based on. Koryu Sentai
Sentai.
Zero Ranger.
Sentai, yeah.
I've also thrown in various packs for you all to crack. Hope you enjoy.
Crack the packs.
So we got cracks to pack,
Crack the pack.
Cracks the pack.
Packs to crack.
Crack
baby.
the pack.
and we got
Feet
boy,
Strider.
oh man, oh.
can't see.
Wait! That's a treasure right there.
That is totally
What
what
is
Power
that?
Rangers is based
That
on.
is a treasure.
Look at that.
Yeah, that's
is-
cool.
Oh yeah. Never mind.
Yeah, what did you think it was?
No, I thought because my entire life I've been trying to find. There was this old like Megazord style show
Voltron?
from my kids. No,
No, I
it's
know what you're
live
talking about.
action. But like I've searched the internet,
Okay.
I can't find it. I don't know
Okay,
what
these
it
are
is.
really good packs, and there's 9 of them.
Oh, man.
So I'm gonna make an executive decision here,
Thunderbird, sorry.
just right off the bat. Okay, okay, we got
Wrestling's for me.
WWE tops.
Got it.
Yeah, but I'm thinking opening day is where you're gonna want to go. So I'm gonna save WWE for Brad.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Dragon Ball Z.
Ooh, I want one
That's
of those.
Kyle and Ben
Well, we
territory.
got Pokemon. Oh, we got a lot of Dragon
Oh,
Ball.
yeah.
We got
Dragon Ball
Pokemon too,
everyone.
Kyle.
So here's the thing. I actually want one of the DBZs worse than the Pokemon packs.
Okay.
I would also like one of the DVDs.
Wait,
I'll
you
follow
want-
the baseball bullet.
And we
don't
got
worry.
Star Wars Rogue One.
No, no one wants that.
Can I take the Cell Gohan one?
I'll take Robo.
Or is that the one you want?
What? No, I want the
still want
Vegeta
baseball?
one.
Okay,
All right, pay me that.
I'll do
Are
the
you
Cell
okay with
Gohan.
that? Okay.
Crack that. Crack that.
Are you just
Okay,
taking?
stop.
I'll take Star Wars because that's kind of more
Can you hand me the purple one?
in my wheelhouse. than
That's
these.
okay.
Yeah, Ian.
That's all right.
Do you want Dragon Ball?
I
or
definitely
Pokemon?
said
Do
Star
you want
Wars.
Star Wars?
I mean, you can have it.
Do you want it?
You can have it.
Well, because I'm
got
okay
a
with the
red.
Pokemon one.
They have red cards?
Which red?
Which
You want it?
No, here.
Sean
And then,
Bennett.
who didn't get a pack?
Here, you need to have this card.
Why didn't you
Dragon Ball Z or
pack?
Pokemon?
Holy.
Pokemon, I guess.
Okay, do you get out of those? Out of those three?
First card, Red Pummel.
Namekian preparation.
Oh, mercy.
Yeah, there you go.
I got Jin
Come on,
Jin
you get the
undercover.
other
That's
fingers.
why.
Master
See,
Roshi.
no, no,
Level
get
one.
Styles.
I'll take that.
Triple H, all right. Triple H.
Black
You good?
Diamond.
You're good? Okay.
Where's that Styles? Here.
Don is good on those packs.
Dude, this is cool. This is a good card.
Yeah.
Brad,
Stone Cold Paul Gas.
This
Check
is
it
a
out.
really good
Get
card.
on cam, dude.
This is really good.
AJ
AJ
Styles.
Styles
Is one of your guys?
and Stone Cold.
That's my boy.
Doing the podcast.
Doing the podcast.
Doing the
right here.
podcast. Nobody
AJ
did it work.
Styles.
Please watch it.
Also a classic Mick Foley.
Wait,
Cactus
what's that?
Jack
Foley?
style.
It's like a
Mr.
booster.
Sacco?
Oh, sick.
Oh my goodness.
It's like
Dude, I gotta give some of these to Alex.
Oh my god.
All right.
These
No, no, this is
baseball
yours, dude. Keep
Black.
Foley. Unless you don't want it.
Blueprint
We'll just give to Alex.
Foley, guys.
Do you want to look at these? I'll share it with you.
Volfix.
I just want this one.
Nice.
Namekian ball.
These are pretty good. You can have them.
Oh, yours, baby.
These guys are rad.
That card.
Blueprint card.
Namekian
Art
flex.
overload.
Look at all the Namekian cards.
Wheel.
Wheel.
That's
That's sick, man.
Super potion.
Did you get it at Universal?
Okay, your next one's your star card. This is the big
Super
reveal.
shirt, dude.
Big reveal right here.
Dig it.
The Trio! That's your rare one.
Trio. I just want to show
Dog
off one
Trio.
card.
Press your
Black Enraged Outburst. Okay, alright, you're in, Ben.
This is,
Mod.
this is the only card I want to show
Sweet
off.
overload.
It's my favorite one.
Which?
This is Yamcha struggling against the Cell Jr.
That's a really good one, dude.
He's just trying to hang in there the best he can.
What is it?
Cracker
It's
pack, dude.
Yamcha.
Yamcha.
We gotta see if you get a cool card.
Don also did not want a pack, so I got. Did anybody not get a pack?
It's a Yamcha.
I got 3 packs here. How did that work
Oh, we
out?
got a DBZ pack.
Don, you
so-
want to show me?
Damiani?
I got 2 Pokemon packs and a
More
DBZ.
DBZ.
Who didn't get a
I
pack?
will take a DBZ.
Crack that DBZ.
Frieza, this is the one I wanted.
Crack that DBZ.
This is the one I wanted.
Here you go, Ben.
That's the one I wanted!
Frieza.
Live. On
Look at
Raptors.
this.
Kraken packs live.
Cracking packs with these
one
gloves
of
is
the
hard.
greatest villains of all time in any medium.
The greatest DBZ
In any medium.
I will defend it.
Wesker
Red
spinning is
emergency.
great.
I don't even know. This looks
They're all like moves, dude. You get cards for like
weird.
moves.
Oh, dude,
Is this Dead Zone or something?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Dead Zone.
I remember
She's like dead.
This is weird.
Go
This
learning
is
drive.
Yeah, learn to drive right here.
Pretty jolly.
Go through driving.
Nice.
Namekian energy beams. You cannot go wrong there. Namekian self-training. You gotta get stronger, you know. If you want to get stronger, you gotta train.
More,
Raditz. Classic. Yes.
Classic.
Captain Ginyu. Alright, I'm not really digging
Yeah,
into
not really big on Ginyu.
not really digging into the body swapping, but
Pretty
you
bizarre
know.
arc.
Zarbon. Good grudge with Vegeta.
Zarbon.
Zarbon hype, for sure.
Zarbon
Then he
hype.
turns into like a hippo.
Truck
Yeah.
sword
That's weird.
stance, here we go.
Oh, hell yeah, this is the top tier card.
Yeah, look at that image right there. What do you think,
Drunk sword?
Damiani?
What?
Toriyama style right here?
What about?
Little trunks with his sword?
Come on, the body's
You don't like that?
Nope.
Come on, Damiani. Throw us a bone. Oh, we win. That's it. We got him, boys. We got
Oh,
him.
we got him.
We got him. We got him.
That's a good Goku.
Yeah.
That's a good
We got him.
Yeah.
Got Goku?
We got him.
We got Goku.
A good Goku,
Like
too.
pure.
Yeah, this is like level 1.
Level 1 Goku.
Yeah.
Pure Goku.
We're pure Goku. Jones, don't
Orange
forget that, dude.
Elbow. Who's that guy? Is this more like
That's all
Jones?
Jones is doing.
No, that's a lot of cards in there.
Ooh, we got him.
Another Raditz. 2 Raditzes.
Oh man, you got 2 Raditzes.
Sand
Is that a party
Blast.
Trade me.
And that's it.
Fit.
We
Go
did
on
it.
in that sand armor.
I thought maybe
Yeah,
you'd looped,
that is
and like you
classic.
just go through like 3 times. We got another Raditz. Soul's got a
He's like 8
third
years old.
Raditz.
I know.
All right, follow along, Kyle. I got a Dratini.
Great.
Some good cards.
Cascoon, which I'm not familiar with.
Yep. No, Jones, you're doing it so wrong. You're revealing cards before you...
Halucha.
Okay.
Ooh, that's a fancy one. When did
Wait,
Halucha come
what?
out?
Watch the camera.
Halucha.
Oh, this is my favorite one.
Oh, Wingull, nice.
On my face.
Like the background there.
Wow, you got really
Ninjas,
good
which I've
ones.
revealed before this next one.
We didn't get Frieza though.
Okay.
Ninja.
Jones, this is I love this card because
Okay. Meowth is chasing him.
he just splattered with characters.
Yeah, dude.
With ink.
It looks,
It's
the art
Meowth
looks
fruit.
like, look at it, it's young going.
Yeah, it's older.
And there's
That
actually
makes sense.
so there's a Meowth card
That's a
actually
good
where he's
guess.
holding that fruit and you see
Yeah,
it in the
that's the only
background.
one that's like
It's
really
cool.
blurry.
Ninjask. I love it. Ninjask. He's awesome. Zatu.
Alright.
Whoa.
Okay, all right,
That is a
Zatu.
serious
okay.
card right
Okay.
there.
Yeah, it's cool.
Mr. Zatu. Wide Lens. Trainer card.
Oh, wait.
Shelgon. These are a lot of Pokemon I'm not familiar with. Mega Turbo.
Is this 1 pack or multiple
This is
packs?
2 packs.
Oh, okay.
I was gonna say there's so many
Yeah, I
cards.
think we're on to the next pack. Mari.
Give me all these.
Nari.
Alex.
Fletchling. I'm familiar with Mr. Fletchling there. A Yanma. It's got a helicopter
It's fun
style.
for you to discover some of these Pokemon.
Maril. Yeah, I'm discovering a lot of
Meryl, you
these.
don't
Yeah.
know?
Do you think
Or
we
Real
can
looks happy.
collectively,
Gardevoir Spirit Link.
Okay,
Ooh.
this one's your rare card. Here we go.
Probopass.
Oh, that's a bummer.
Real.
Nidorino.
Top tier.
Mhm.
Pretty badass looking Nidorino. Monferno. Climbing up a wall there.
Great art.
This is really good art. And a special charge trainer card.
Special charge.
Special charge!
I don't remember any of these.
That's
Excellent.
fine. Cracking packs.
My Pokemon card collection is growing.
Right, the first two.
I got a bunch of presents here. We're not done yet.
Back on
Presents
task.
to presents.
Woohoo!
There you go. You got it. Nailed it.
Hey, allies!
Hey.
This is my first time sending something in, so thank you all for the hard work that goes into your YouTube videos and Twitch streams. They're fantastic to watch and listen to while I work, and I appreciate your authenticity and enthusiasm. No matter what you're doing, you guys are the real deal. Well, someone already sent one in. I know many of you wanted one of these, and you can never have too many. You can share it amongst yourselves, or if you're feeling competitive, it can be a tournament prize. Everything in the box goes together.
Oh.
All right, I have 4 wrapped packages.
Whoa.
Apparently, all of them go together. Should I start with the biggest one, I'm guessing?
Small.
They're
Work
fine.
your way up.
Small.
Work your way up.
Why did you start with the biggest?
Yeah.
Because that's the thing, and then all these others are like accessories to it, I'm
Possibly.
guessing.
Maybe.
That's good insight, Jones. Maybe
Yeah,
you're right.
You know?
that could
But I
be.
kind of like the small one. Because if it's like a Joy-Con, you're like, oh!
Then we can
you know.
guess about the bigger one.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
This small package is...
Oh god.
Somebody already
An
has one.
Insignia NES Classic Controller Extension Case.
What's in the big box?
We ruined the reveal. You're right, Jones.
We did. Jones was right. Jones was right. Jones was right.
That's on me. I'm sorry.
I don't know. We have an NES Classic carrying case.
Nice.
I don't know what.
Could be anything at
Yeah,
this
it could
point.
be anything. Could be anything.
I'm going to open another one of the small ones.
It's a Gundam!
Dude, that'd be amazing. Genesis.
Go Sega. They said Misdirection.
I mean, talk about a tournament prize.
You
My
guys
goodness.
realize these things are worth like a lot. You could sell these.
Wait.
They're very nice.
Please, no tournament for this, dude. That's what
There you
we
go.
spilled.
Because the stakes are too high.
Who doesn't have one?
How else do we give it away?
Yeah, who doesn't have one?
Who
we
doesn't
pick
have
numbers, dude.
I
we
mean-
pick numbers.
Ooh, I like that.
Isn't it
pick
just
a
Damiani
number.
and Brad that have them?
Whoever
one.
gets
Oh, you have
it.
one?
Ben has one.
Ben has them.
Oh, okay.
Okay, let's use the tarot cards.
Tarot
It
cards.
becomes
Boom.
the office one.
Yeah, wait.
Yeah.
It should be
Oh,
here.
okay.
That's the right
Alright.
answer.
Yeah, it should be here, guys.
Except Jones can only use it when we're all
Can I have
around.
that extension
okay.
cable, though?
You'll hide it somewhere
Yeah.
in the house.
We'll
I don't
just
know where
take
it
the
is.
power cable.
I think that's a good idea. We should just keep it here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We have to stream with it.
And we have to stream
We
with
have
it.
to.
It's like if any
8 hours.
stream ever goes bad, it's
No,
like,
8
oh,
hours.
God,
It's
classic.
funny though because it's like every time somebody's got one, then it's like it's become
Another
at least
controller.
one stream.
And a, yeah.
Ooh, nice.
And a wired controller. Thank you.
Sick.
Thank you.
Is that third party?
Amazing.
Yeah.
Insignia. That's the
Nice,
Best
dude.
Buy brand.
I'm sorry, who was that from or did it not say?
It's sad.
That is from Jordan Lasco. P.S.
Nice.
Sorry, P.S. Xeno Friends forever.
Yeah.
Friends.
Thank you, Mr. Lasco. My goodness.
Michael Berube.
Yeah, it's gotta be. I didn't know it was called Xeno Friends.
Yeah, tournament prizes are meant to be like mostly goofs. We can't have like legit good
Yeah,
stuff. For tournament prizes.
A BMW.
Like, here's a hat.
A
Yeah.
BMW.
I would.
Oh my goodness. This is like tax documents or something.
Oh god. Yeah.
I hope not.
Who's taxed up?
Okay to read on stream. Hi, allies. Thanks again for the one-year concert. It was a ton of fun, and I met a lot of awesome people. The EZA community truly is something else. Like many others, I was devastated when Game Trailers was shut down. I was more than happy to become a patron the moment EZA was announced, and I don't regret a single cent. A special shout-out to Brad's always jolly playthroughs of Kingdom Hearts. I've included gifts for Huber, Kyle, and Damiani. Must be nice. More will come for the rest of the allies.
Did he say
once
must be nice?
I find interesting things for them.
Oh, okay.
So
these are personalized.
we just got to be as interesting as Huber, Kyle, and Damiani.
Impossible.
And the gifts are coming. Love and respect, Michael Barub on chat. Barubi? Barub?
I said Berube, but I could be wrong.
Barube.
MPBERUBE01 on Twitter, if you would like to follow Michael. Thank you, Michael.
Do the
all
Twitter
right.
one more time because that was hard to follow.
Botched.
Yeah.
MPBERUBE01. MP Barub 01.
MP Barube.
And Michael _Barub on chat. Who's hopefully watching right now. There he is! Boom!
There we go.
There he is.
Thank you, Michael.
How you say it?
Ruby.
Barubi. Like a ruby.
Barubi.
Give me the big giant
Michael Huber.
Michael Huber.
Ooh. Looks personalized.
Michael
dude.
Damiani.
Not funny, but yeah.
Michael
Yeah,
Damiani.
this is very...
Michael Kyle Bosman.
Michael Bossman.
Michael Bossman.
Oh my god.
Okay
What's
to
up?
read on stream.
Okay.
Is this cool? Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
You want to get it?
Huber,
Get
when
it.
I saw this in the comic shop, I couldn't not get it for you. This comic from 1988 features a revolver-wielding T-Rex named Archie, a dual-pistol-wielding Triceratops named Lorenzo, and a one-eyed Stegosaurus named Reese, who specializes in heavy weapons. It gets
Heavy
better.
weapons.
It gets better.
A side-scrolling shoot-'em-up was produced for the Sega Genesis in 1993. Keep the hype train rolling.
What's the name of
Love
it?
and respect.
We don't know yet.
We don't know.
Dude, that game. I
Pull it out.
Swear
That
to God,
sounds familiar.
Yeah, it really does, bud.
Really sold it well.
It gets better.
It's hard. I'm sorry.
So I'll read mine. I'll
Okay,
read it
anytime.
next.
Wait, here we go. I got it.
Okay, he's got it.
So I like not knowing what's in the Pokemon box, but putting it up as a tournament prize.
Oh yeah, that's cool.
So like they win, like oh. That's great.
Yeah. We know it's drinkware.
Yep. Oh my goodness.
Dinosaurs.
Oh, that cover. That
Yeah,
cover.
actually,
Oh
I
my
should've
god,
seen
that
it.
cover.
Ooh, dinosaurs for hire.
Good stuff.
Reese, dude, look at this.
That's pretty good.
Dinosaurs for hire.
Dude,
What a title too.
wow, thank you. Oh, it's number 1 too.
Sick. Start the collection.
Nice.
Collection.
Thank you.
Wait, is it the same
Thank
guy
you so
who
much.
eventually appears in Ninja Turtles? Is there a crossover?
No.
Okay.
No.
All right.
No, God, no.
It reminds me of We're Back.
God no.
Did any of you ever read We're Back?
Wait. Oh, I want to.
Dinosaurs.
Can I show a little bit of
They made
this
a
movie?
movie, but
Well, they made a movie based on the
I
book.
should
Yeah.
show a little bit of the art inside.
Oh, it's sick.
I love the movie. I played the game.
Spoilers.
Cool
There's a
art.
game of it?
Yeah.
I
Black
didn't
and
know
white.
The Genesis game.
I hate that movie.
Black and white.
What?
I was very young.
You hate everything.
Look at that.
Give me a San Pellegrino.
All right.
I cannot defend We're Back.
Damn.
It's too hard. You can't defend it.
Wait, we're back.
One of the big ones? Wait,
Whoa, whoa,
it's
whoa, whoa,
8:30.
whoa,
It's
whoa,
8:30.
it's
Come on.
8:30.
Dude,
It's
the scene
8:30
where they
on a
draw the
Tuesday
blood
night,
from the kid is
Kyle.
intense, I remember.
The big ones. Come on.
I am but a human being.
Good art.
Even though I've had 5 of these today.
Hi, Kyle. I recently visited my local comic shop for free comic book day. While waiting in line, I saw this treasure sitting in the discount bin. I hope it helps to add some context to the next Dumb Game Monday. Love and respect, Michael.
The reveal.
Oh.
Can't see.
Stolen.
Oh no!
Awesome.
That's a whole
And the back is an ad for the game.
Yeah.
And there's no ads on the inside except for the video game.
Promotional materials.
That's so
Kyle, how did
cool.
you end up coming across Stolen to begin with?
That is
for that?
crazy.
He had the comic.
I was at Game Dude.
Oh, you just saw it a Game Dude.
And I just saw a game called
It didn't.
Stolen.
It didn't have a Property of Game Trio sticker on it, did it?
No.
I wonder how many are up there.
Cool. Most excellent.
Dude,
Mr. Damiani.
You gotta read the whole thing.
Hi,
Is it number
Damiani.
one?
During your
Number
read-through
one and only, baby.
of Oracle of Ages, Kyle showed enthusiasm for a particular Nintendo Choose Your Own Adventure book. Inside, you'll find a copy of that book that I got from the Scholastic Book Fair many years ago.
No way.
Hopefully, it can keep you guys entertained during a future episode of Friend Code. Love and respect, Michael.
Dude. Those Scholastic book fairs were fire too.
Yeah.
Anytime that happened, I was like, oh my
Garfield
god.
for days.
Goosebumps.
Goosebumps. Choose your own adventure.
Strategy guy.
I was always like, why don't I have any money?
Pokemon sticker books. You
You
use
do
some
it,
scissors,
Damiani.
Damiani?
He's got
He's
it.
preserving the
He's got the combination.
printer
man.
paper that was packaged.
Do they still do Scholastic Book
Someday
Fairs?
it'll be.
They better.
True.
Can we go?
You gotta be
They're
at
all,
a...
they're
Yeah,
gonna
you have to
be
be a
student.
kid in a
You
school.
cannot just
doing,
go
like,
on a school.
Wonderland.
Yes.
It's a choose your own adventure game as Wario in the first person.
Yes!
How crazy is that?
Wow.
So wait,
Should I punch them or jump on
It's
them?
funny that it says Game Boy Advance on top of it. Like
fourth game?
what?
Fourth
Like
game.
what's the relevance of putting that on?
So
Gotta sell
cool.
it.
Wario's Adventure.
When are they gonna make another Wario game?
Dude, we need to
on.
finish
Wario Sneaking Love.
seasons.
Give some love to the big boy.
Dude, what was the
Waluigi
Wii one that is
Sneaking
a
Love.
10
Yeah.
out of 10?
Shake it?
Yeah, Wario Land Shake is the last one I remember.
There's one on maybe?
There's just
Smooth
Wario Land on
Move?
GameCube.
I always wanted to play the cool one on GameCube. Is that cool?
Dude, I think Shake It.
It's
Shake It
alright.
is so good. Is it a 2D one? 2D
the
like
one I gave you was just
platform.
Wario
I
Land.
never played it. I think it's Shake It. Dude,
Oh yeah, the
Shake It.
GameCube one is kind of weird.
The Shake It's unreal.
Shake It is cool.
Oh,
Yeah.
It's all just other versions of
Shake it's
Wario.
the same guys who did Epic Yarn.
Yeah.
Dude, his heart's
Wario
great.
World.
Yeah, Wario World is the one Kyle was thinking of.
Yeah.
I want to play
Right.
that.
Waluigi Sneaking Love.
This is it. Present Crunch.
Oh, Present Crunch. Okay.
Oh, get back up here.
Aloha, allies.
Aloha.
With Star Wars Day on May 4th and my birthday on the 17th, I thought giving a gift would be nicer than receiving one this year.
Aw.
Whoa.
There are people like this in the world. So enclosed, please find a gift of one of my favorite things, Star Wars. Although these you will have to earn, though, through a quick and simple game testing your knowledge. The game involves taking turns naming Star Wars species, canon or legends, sentient or not, until only one person remains.
Legends?
So it's like Shake It Up.
Yeah.
I finally understand that stupid Switch game where we're shaking up the bottle and it pops.
Yeah.
So I know what a Star Wars species is. I know what a Star Wars legend is, like a character. What's
Yeah.
a canon? Like how do you
What's
like a
considered
battle
canon?
or something, or like a planet?
I
or...
think they mean anywhere in all of Star Wars mythos.
Yeah.
Got it. As long as it's
Canon,
relevant. Okay.
current canon,
We're only
legends.
talking about species.
Oh,
Jones.
got it. Legends meaning the
Legends
actual
meaning the
capital L legends, like the
the
expanded
old
universe now.
Expanded universe.
Got
stuff.
it. Got it. Okay.
Or current canon
Filler.
stuff.
Okay.
You can use a D20 or something similar to determine order. 5-second turn limit. The winner gets the Bandai model kit. Second, the book, and third, the blind figure pack.
Oh.
May the force be with you, or you may quote General Hux for DS. Aloha.
Oh, they didn't have a name?
Not a name. Didn't sign the
General
name.
Are we
Hux,
allowed
my boy.
bow out?
You're allowed to bow out.
On this day!
There are bigger Star Wars fans here than me.
Hux, dude.
This is stressful.
So nerve-wracking now.
Okay, should we roll a d20?
Well, I don't understand that determines.
The order? Yeah, we should actually use the tarot cards again.
Or I guess you gotta go. Yeah. I guess you gotta go.
Use the cards.
Okay, so Ben does not want to be in this. Everybody else wants to be in?
I'll try.
Um,
I'll test my luck.
I don't need to be in. That's cool.
I'm not so familiar anymore. Yeah, I'm gonna.
Yeah,
spin a
it's
while.
good. It's
Whoever has
hard.
last wins.
Damiani, you gotta kill Chad again.
Gotta kill chat.
Okay,
Yeah.
Blood's out.
Because they're gonna be dropping species.
Ben's
Yeah,
out.
right now they are.
Just
Drop
those two?
it.
Everyone
Drop
else is
it.
in?
That's a Wampa, actually.
Oh, that's one. I'm gonna
That's
use that.
one.
I'm using
Oh,
that.
yeah. You're giving them away.
I'm in.
Okay, everyone else is in. All right.
Yeah.
Damiani, are you in?
Damiani, are you in?
Go jump
What
that
is it?
chat.
Star Wars what?
Star Wars.
Just Star Wars terms. You just gotta rattle them off.
No, not terms.
Not
Species.
terms.
Go jump that
Species.
chat.
Oh, just species.
Just
Okay.
species.
So
No, take that
species,
shot off.
canon or legend.
Yes.
Got it.
No,
It's off.
I don't know any of that.
I'll bet on it too. I don't know.
I have no
Okay.
idea.
Don, stay in
Right.
this, bud. Stay in
I
this.
can only think of one.
Let the
Okay,
experts
then
handle
save
that.
it.
Wait, so species, can we,
So no Damiani.
legends,
All right, I'll
characters?
All right, Don's still in.
No,
Just species.
just species.
Okay.
Oh my goodness.
Like
Okay.
kinds
Got
of
it, got it,
creatures.
got it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Got it.
So
Okay.
I'd say we like line up in the order so we know how it's gonna go.
Okay. All right. I'll stand.
This is
So first person
Intense.
who's sitting on the couch is Ian.
Oh
Over
God.
there. Sitting next to Ian, Kyle.
Okay.
Sitting next to Kyle,
It's good,
Don.
it's good to be first, actually. It's good to be
Yeah.
first.
Yeah.
Sitting next to Don, Hubert. And then behind Huber, me. Next to me, Brad.
Yep.
And next to Brad, Damiani. Are you not doing it?
He's out.
Ah, okay.
I'm stressed.
So we're going clockwise like this. So your trick is you got to go after Brad.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And we have. I'm sorry. What was the time?
5 seconds.
5 seconds.
Oh my god.
5 seconds.
Good lord.
Okay.
Damiani, can you determine the 5-second rule? Can you just do the count
Yeah.
and
We'll know.
buzz
We're
someone?
all
if they haven't done
sense
it?
it. We're counting
We can
each
just
other.
sense
Okay.
it.
All right.
We'll know.
All right. Am I starting?
Yes.
Ready? Humans.
Wookie.
Tauntaun.
Huts.
Mon Calamari.
Ewok.
Sarlacc.
Droid.
Gungan.
Mandalorian.
Sand person.
Sand people.
That's 5 seconds. Brad, you
Oh
got
yeah,
it?
I'm already out because your sand person threw me off big time.
Rancor.
Rancors, right?
Time.
Oh. That was 5 seconds?
Borgullet. Is that the species? Borgullet? Borgullet?
You could just throw anything. And be
I
like,
got no
"Yeah."
idea what that is,
Yeah.
but sure.
Droid.
Someone
He
already
said that.
Said I'm out. I got nothing.
Gundam.
Completely out.
I got nothing
I know. I got.
No, Huber hasn't said one yet.
No, he said droid. He's out.
I already. Oh, you're just out?
Because you said
Yeah,
droid.
and then I said Gundam.
Is that anyone top 3?
Top 3.
Yeah.
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 I don't even know if
you're
my
out.
last
You're up.
one was
Ewoks.
legitimate.
I already said that.
You said it.
He said Ewoks?
I said first.
Oh, god
You're
damn
up.
it. No, I was already out. Damiani called me on 5 seconds.
Dawn wins.
Oh, Don wins. Don
Well, no, wait. It was a first, second,
First,
third
second,
thing.
third.
Yeah.
Except that Borgullet, I don't think is a legitimate.
And then yeah.
I don't think mine was a legitimate answer.
It was a
so-
sloppy contest.
It's
I'm gonna
actually
donate
sand
my
people.
Gullet.
I think that's the
Sand
same.
I froze.
I missed you saying Ewoks. That's a
So I get the figure pack.
Oh, this is so
Yeah,
nice.
what was the
Now-
order?
said
I'm
Gungan?
gonna
That makes me
donate
mad.
it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna donate.
Show us
Guardians
the can. Show
of
us
the
can.
Wills.
What's the order?
Oh my goodness, actually.
Third place gets the
Gundam.
random character pack.
Gundam. The winner gets the Bandai. Second
It
is
was
the book.
Borgullet?
I get the book. You get the random
Twi'lek.
figure pack.
Okay, yeah.
Twilight. Zabrak.
Correct me if I'm wrong,
Twi'leks
Chad.
are my favorite race.
Guardian of the Wills, I think, was like the original draft of Star Wars. It was called something
Yeah,
of the
it
Wills.
was called that. Yeah, I think.
Whoa.
So that's crazy, actually. I wonder what that's based on.
Crack that pack, Jones.
Crack
Pack. What'd you get?
So Don, this is the same company that makes our Gundam models.
This is
Oh,
beautiful.
I got
These are
Vader,
really
baby.
nice. They snap
Vader.
together.
Oh, I got a badass Vader keychain.
Nice.
Oh, look at him.
Keep that.
Donating it
Nice.
to Jones.
Yeah.
Make
Somebody
it.
something
Pull it back,
lame.
Jones, so it's all black.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh, that's cool.
Oh, he's just chilling. He's got his hands. But I just like, you can't really see it, but he's got his, the left hand out. He's got doing the force choke.
Sick.
Oh, it's amazing.
Could bring
He's
it
got the
to
saber out. That's so
a
sick.
Gundam model.
Shoes 44
Yeah.
to subscribe.
And let's do another very
It's got pictures.
exaggerated long year subscriber now for everyone who subscribed while we were doing our stupid game earlier.
You're a subscriber now!
Woo! No!
Yeah! No!
We are Easy Allies. We get together a lot. We stream here on twitch.tv/easyallies if you like what you see. If you dug this group environment, we do this every Tuesday nights, 6 p.m. Pacific time. This was a bit unusual. Tonight we did the Hall of Greats. which we are now doing every 3 months.
3 months.
Every 3 months. Typically, we will pick a game that our patrons on patreon.com/easyallies will vote on. They'll get a pick anywhere between 3, 4, 5 games. Is it typically 3 now? Usually 3 selections. 3 games to get to pick which one that we play. Also, once a month, we do a tournament stream. So we'll all get together. That's what the tournament prize, speech was all about. So yeah, this will be a very heated. We have a mysterious Pokemon drinkware, and all of the Kingdom Hearts music you could ever want will go to the winner of the next Easy Allies tournament. But specifically, just wanted to thank our mods and everybody watching tonight. Apologies, we had to turn chat off for a little bit. But we do not exist without the support that we not only get through Twitch, we not only get for the viewership for all the stuff that we do, also on YouTube, youtube.com/easyallies. But specifically because of Patreon, we are crowdfunded by our amazing... Yeah.
Okay.
No, wait.
Did we? We said Ewoks, but I don't think we said Jawas.
I don't think we said Jawas. I could have said Jawas and...
I know.
I missed the audience. I could have said Jawas and been building a TIE Interceptor right now.
I'm still not 100% sure Borgullah is the proper... the thing that tortures him?
If no one in this room can, shoot that down, we deserve... I got my Darth Vader keychain. No one's getting that now.
Are there any Gundam Star Wars crossovers? They had to have crossed paths at least once. There might be fan art.
It's a Gundam versus Darth Vader.
Wing Zero.
Wing Zero. We have other streams coming up this week.
Yeah.
But a panel at Fanime as well. That's
Yeah.
Damiani, what time about? Saturday. What time?
Get up.
11 a.m.
11 a.m. That's early.
Early.
Rise and shine.
Yeah, get on up
Also
here.
wanna point out,
Get on up.
We only have 2 more group streams till a certain event as well.
Sorry.
Oh my god!
When you put it that way.
Yeah, first up, Saturday, 11 a.m., San Jose Convention Center at FanimeCon. We will be doing Final Fantasy VII Remake Hopes and Fear panel. Hopes and Fears, multiple fears.
No fear.
One fear. You will see Kyle Boston, Ben Moore, Bradley Ellis, and me on the panel, and hopefully it'll be a good time for that. You should go back and read the Patreon post that we made about advice about how to get your badge and to participate in that panel. I might bump it up somehow if we can as a reminder, just repost it or something. But also, two more group streams left until
Shenmue 3!
3 weeks. 3 weeks.
Also, we normally do our Q&A on Saturdays, the last Saturday of the month. We're doing on Sunday this time, so this Sunday at noon.
At noon.
We will be doing our Q&A, hosted by the lovely Ben Moore.
What can I expect out of E3?
Oh, what can you expect?
Yeah.
New game announcements, I think, are going to happen.
From Easy Allies.
Reactions to said new game announcements.
How do I watch them?
I think it's on a Twitch channel called twitch.tv/Easy Allies.
So what am I going to, what is it going to be?
I think there's going to be reactions to all the press conferences.
Even
there
EA on
are a lot.
Saturday?
Yeah, there are a lot of them, Kyle.
Okay.
Holy
Every
crap!
one of them.
September 15th release date for Red Dead. I'm calling it right now.
Kyle,
Just to give you a little lead.
Kyle, where can
Put
we
your bets in
go
now.
for that information regarding Easy Allies E3 coverage?
Yeah, where's that, Kyle?
That is not printed.
When will that be?
Here's what you can probably expect. You can expect us to do at least an hour pre-show before every press conference, and at least an hour afterwards.
At least an hour.
Tuesday,
hours.
Wednesday, and Thursday, the 3 days of the convention, you can expect us at night to go all night discussing what we saw that day, but also doing
all night.
all night.
Not
like
all
midnight.
night.
All night.
Oh, no.
night,
I'm not sleeping. Yes, you are.
night.
I'm telling you right
I've
now.
been all
E3
night.
with you.
You're
sleeping.
We'll figure out at what time we'll
On
start.
the con floor.
But yeah.
I'm not leaving.
I mean, I think regularly last year we went from like 7 or 8 to midnight or 1 each night. Tuesday,
Sure,
Wednesday,
that's still
Thursday.
not all night.
Boys!
That's all night.
Oh, don't worry.
Yeah, that's
1 a.m. is when I start gaming. I don't know what you're talking about.
So yeah, we'll be doing live podcasts. We'll be doing live discussions and things like
Yeah,
that.
what podcast shows are happening that week live?
So on Tuesday, you will see a live episode of the Easy Allies podcast. We'll go through each press conference and talk about the new game announcements that happened. And then on Thursday, you can catch a live episode of Frame Trap, discussing the games we saw, the games we played throughout E3.
Oh.
Tasting them.
And tasting them.
Tasting the games.
Nothing on Wednesday?
Nothing on Wednesday to watch.
Oh, I think we do
Very-
have another live podcast perhaps on Wednesday.
Do we?
Yeah, because this year Easy Allies added 2 extra podcasts. One was about films, and I don't see how
We're doing a film podcast during
Yeah.
the
tie
week.
into E3.
Extremely relevant.
We'll find a lot of time during E3 to watch movies.
There's gotta be a movie that comes out in a week.
But we have another podcast that's all about Nintendo, and so maybe we'll have a catch a live version of that as well.
What can we expect from that,
But you
Kyle?
can't talk about anything Nintendo related until that time.
But before E3, Huber and I are going to be doing spoiler. What are they called? Spoiler mode.
Spoiler mode.
Spoiler mode about Alien Covenant.
Yep.
Our first movie. Spoiler mode. Heads up. Probably not going to be positive. And then second.
Now
Friday
I want to
we'll
see
have-
that movie so I can be on that show.
Second Friday we'll have reaction shots again, adding some new segments to the front, so it's a little less academic now. We're gonna have a what have you been playing, but a what have you liked recently section at the beginning too. Yeah, that'll be second Friday of next month.
But lots more specific E3 details coming from us. We'll have our schedule up on Patreon.com so you can check that out. Yeah.
Can I tell you another thing about Patreon.com/EasyAllies?
Woo! Bring it.
Yeah.
Just last Thursday, I put up a stretch goal for a show that I want to make called Box Peak.
Get up here.
And so Box Peak is a web series. It's a series. I don't know if we use the word web series. I did constantly, and I think that it may be outmoded. It's a series of 10-minute episodes. I'm looking to make about 10 episodes of those 10-minute episodes. And it stars little paper puppets. It's weird. It'll look like South Park, basically, but not animated, but puppeteered. That's we've reached our goal. We will hopefully maintain it at the beginning of the month, but work is underway on it regardless.
And that's how our goals do work, is that we need to hit that goal at the beginning of the month, because that's actually when the money gets transferred. And in this case, it isn't an arbitrary goal. We specifically have labeled the budget for that money that is coming in directly to pay for the show. So.
Right. So it'll happen one time and it'll go away.
Yeah.
Much like E3 last year. By the way, we're not doing an E3 stretch goal this year because we're way over 40K.
We made it. Yeah.
Yeah.
We stretched last E3 big
We
time.
stretched. We did it.
And we're gonna just kick up our feet this year and soak in all of the love that we've gotten from you for a year and 2-3 months.
Well, we're not going to kick up our feet and soak in.
We're
We're still going to work hard.
We're going to work
Extremely
really hard.
casual E3 this year.
Yeah.
Very relaxed.
We're just going to kick up our feet.
Very loosey-goosey start and stop times.
Expect reactions like,
Yeah, okay.
I do feel like if there are certain announcements, though, we might lose some people. That we may not have all 9 allies, depending on how.
Because they might just die.
They might die from excitement.
You will never see me again.
Yeah. Some things like emotions run high.
They're just gonna leave the stream and just stay at Best Buy until that game comes out.
And we will definitely have an Easy Allies betting special surrounding E3, the triumphant showdown of Cold Blooded and Ultimate Brad.
Nice.
But more details on that coming soon. And obviously, we try to package that as close to the actual show because stuff's happening. We don't want to make a bet around something that gets announced, 2 days later. So yeah, all of that to look forward to. All of that to look forward to work on, guys.
Yay!
But the moral of the story is that we have an amazing community. They support us. They are the reason that we exist, and we love all of you. Thank you for watching. Mwah!
Oh, wait, Joe.
What? Wait, no, wait.
Because I did see something in chat, and I see this frequently, is people concerned that you won't be around for reactions to the live streams.
I will not be around for the Microsoft press conference or the Sony press conference, and I will not be there Tuesday night and most likely Wednesday night.
But you're still going to be there to bash on EA,
I will
right?
be there I will be there ready to see how EA fumbles Star Wars this year.
Yep.
And I will be there Thursday nights, either on Frame Trap or following Frame Trap, to do the big all embargoes are done judge wrap up of the entire show, because at that point I'll be able to say everything about everything.
Tasty.
And including the stuff that I saw at the show Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. So and that weekend I'm going to other crazy things. So so apologies if I'm visible less on the stuff that we do, but it's to absorb more stuff so we can talk about more stuff. It'll be interesting E3. Lots of experiments this E3, and we hope you all will join us. Can I stop that? We good?
We need to wind up again.
That's a weird way up.
All right.
The rest of us will be here.
Community, allies, Damiani, great.
Let's talk about the Hall of Greats for a second.
Yeah!
The Hall of Greats is really good right now.
Yeah.
Super Metroid is in.
Ooh.
Metal Gear Solid is in.
I like that game.
Mario 64 is in.
Woo!
And Street Fighter 2 is in. The Hall of Greats is legit. All 4 of those games are officially one of the greats.
Slam dunk it.
10 out of 10.
And this is my dog. Where's the allies? Come on, everybody.
That's his dog.